Hail and well met. I am Mr. Eager, DM, MeDM, at your service, and we welcome you, one and all, to Trapped at Home, a live stream Dungeons & Dragons broadcast presented by Lawful Stupid RPG. Thank you for being here to witness our playthrough of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Joining us, as always, we have Typhon the Wizard, Rhimb the Ranger, Persephone the Bard, Falkrunn the Cleric, Jax the Rogue, and Silas the Paladin Fighter. For some time now, the character of Rhimb, or the body of Rhimb, has been inhabited by another personality, that of Islin, the Rogue Warlock. My friends, it is time. I extend my hand, inviting you to step with me into fantasy. Release your hold on that which you know to be true, and let imagination rule for the next few hours. Last time, Conscript Group 14 reached the strange structure known as the Demon Zapper. Lulu the Hierophant, their friend and guide, told them that she could sense the presence of a powerful and good-hearted being contained within the glowing ball of light at its top, but she had no idea how to free it. The party determined that the creature was, in fact, a unicorn, but when they attempted to destroy its prison, a powerful djinn named Ralzala appeared, claiming to be its protector. Rather than fight this creature, the adventurers learned that it was bound to protect the Demon Zapper due to a pact it had made with Zariel, the Lord of Avernus. Ralzala believed that a seer named Red Ruth, who lived in a place called the Blood Brambles, could determine how the pact could be broken. Traveling there, the adventurers struggled to reach the center of this labyrinthine thicket of horribly twisted and corpse-like trees. Once there, Red Ruth informed them that she would help them for a price. A bath at Infernal Rapture, an establishment maintained within the Wandering Emporium. She told them of a place where they could wait for it to pass by, and Conscript Group 14 wasted no time traveling there. After a short wait, the caravan did indeed appear on the horizon, although at the moment it is little more than a large cloud of dust, perhaps a half-mile distant. My friends, what would you like to do?
It's a pity none of us can eat dust. We'd have our bellies full.
Certainly seems like we've been eating dust, though I know that that's not the reality.
All right, so we see it approaching. Should we head back to the vehicles?
I was under the impression that we needed to guard the trees for her.
Well, when she goes to take her bath, you will probably need to take her up on that, but first you need to make an appointment for her.
Ah, that's right.
Ah, okay, so schedule something at the spa. Got it.
Lulu flies around. She says,
I think I remember the Wandering Emporium.
You've been there before, Lulu?
Lots of people. Lots of good food, actually.
Oh.
I mean,
Food
it smells good, at any rate. I didn't eat it. But it smelled good.
Is there a cost to get in?
No, not to get in. But nothing in Avernus is free except pain.
I got so sad that Lulu had to say that.
I wonder what sort of currency they're willing to accept.
Soul coins, of course. I can't imagine anything else is worth that kind of luxury down here.
Well, we were able to convince at least one devil to take money instead.
What are our assets after all? What do we have?
We have this
We have-
cool bag.
Powerful items to trade as well.
Yeah, like a particularly squirmy thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we ended up stowing. I think I still have the intellector, right?
You do.
You
Yes.
always had it. It was never in the bag, I don't think.
And I have the bag of devouring.
Yes, well, keep in mind that since all of that transpired, the intellector and his delving into Jax's mind, it has yet to be a day. So the intellector seemed to be content to reside wherever you put it. It seemed obvious that it couldn't, that the bag of holding cannot hold it, but it would at least be a place to keep it.
Right. All right, I'll keep it in my bag for the time being.
And I think Jax has all our money, right?
Well, we are owed a lot. I mean, Typhon owes a lot of money. And we paid a lot to that devil.
Yes.
So how much is left, Goblin?
Oh, we haven't got a lot. We've got about... I've got 25 platinum and 140 gold. So peanuts. We've got peanuts.
Lots of gems, too, I believe.
Oh, who's got the gems?
Shora.
That's right, you gave Shora... Oh, God.
I gave Shura the sapphire.
Well...
Yeah.
If she ever makes it back to
and a tiara,
the Faerun, she'll be set for life.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That's why I set her up for life. And the tiaras with her as well.
Okay.
I got 2 fancy daggers.
Well, this will be interesting.
Does anyone actually intend? Is anyone actually going to use the wand of magic missiles?
Oh, that's right.
I have it, and I absolutely will use it. But if somebody else needs it, I'm not going to throw down over
waiting
it.
to be given it back.
Or are you suggesting that as a bargaining chip, Typhon?
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought she was saying it as a veiled threat.
Because I've got it and I'm absolutely going to use it.
She
No,
points
no,
it
no,
and
no.
he's like,
No.
Sorry, it was a bit out of character. I was just, certain magic items and like, especially uncommon, when we get to higher level, even the magic items are less like useful than people's actual abilities. So I didn't know if people felt that it was worth keeping. Or
My
if it
only ranged attack is a crossbow, and it's non-magical, and then a couple spells, but they're all like area spells, not single attack. So
Gotcha. All right. I think that's a good one for you to keep then.
Mm-hmm.
Right back in.
You have to get there first, folks.
Isn't it coming towards us?
No, it's passing. It's about half a mile away. It's you can see it. It might be coming towards you. It might be
there.
passing by.
Wait, do we need to catch that thing? Does it stop? Lulu, does it stop?
Hop in the war
It
machines, I
stops,
guess.
but if it doesn't stop close to you, you're out of luck.
I guess we're following.
Are we currently standing or are we currently traveling?
We're standing, I think.
Kind
Right.
of
By the
went-
big rock.
On a big skull rock.
Right. And as you watch, you see this cloud of dust. It is moving towards you, but it's not coming directly towards you. You will have to drive to it. You do have a little bit of extra time to discuss before it will be necessary for you to hop in your vehicles if you wish.
Yeah.
Well,
I start heading towards the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
good talk.
party hits toward their vehicles. The extremely large demon grinder, the Bloodstone, so named, I don't think I ever mentioned this, because the wrecking ball that's on the back of it is actually a giant hunk of glowing red rock, the Bloodstone. And of course the other infernal machine, which has yet to be named, the scavenger that the party procured from Mad Maggie at Fort Knucklebone.
Should we call ours the Hellefont?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Do you want
really
me to
want to
pick
give
some
it a
pockets in here?
I would be extremely careful, Jax. We really don't.
Oh,
need
I
to
will be
swerve.
careful.
Lulu, what can you tell us about decorum at a place like this?
It's very neutral.
Neutral how?
They're very, very... If anybody fights, the penalty is very bad.
Oh, so unlike where we met with Mad Maggie's red caps and where it was able to ballista one of them.
Oh yeah, that would be extremely dangerous.
Jax, keep your hands to yourself.
I was
I'm
going to
sorry.
say, what about picking one's pockets?
That is a great activity, and you go ahead and keep that up. Just
I will
pick at
do.
your pocket.
Really?
I don't believe he was referring to picking his own pockets.
Yes, I think he was referring to picking just pockets.
No, I'm pretty sure he was picking his
Picking
own.
one's pockets is a reflexive phrase, but I think it was lost on him. He took an intelligence hit the other day, you see.
All right, Jax, whose pockets are you looking
Not the only one who took an intelligence hit.
Apparently, I don't remember what pockets are anymore.
Damn
And
sticks.
you were dumped in the
Stick your
river
pockets.
Styx.
Oh, I could do anyone's pockets if you like. Not Isling's though. I promised I wouldn't.
Yes, you did, but I think it's a good course of action while we're in this emporium to mind all P's and Q's. Which means no pickpocketing anybody, Jax. Not even yourself.
I will not pick any pockets. I will just cut purses.
Or cutting purses. Don't steal while we're there.
That's a good one, yes.
Or borrow.
Oh,
Jax.
shit.
How about
Peter knows how my mind works now.
if you have the inkling or urge to do something wrong, just run it by the group quietly first, and we'll let you know if it's a good idea.
I'll
keep an eye on it.
I will do my magic.
Perfect.
Does this seem like heading into Theoden's Hall, anyone? Better if you don't speak.
Just don't say anything.
It's better if you say nothing at all.
All right.
Anyway.
So into your vehicles you go. Who is riding on the Bloodstone and who is riding on the Scavenger?
Eastland will drive the Bloodstone.
I will ride the Bloodstone.
Persephone, in not making a lot of sense to you guys, chooses to be where Islin is.
I'll just drive the other one alone.
So Falkrunn will go with Silas and the Scavenger. Jax should come
Jax.
with me.
All right. And off you go. You begin to rumble across the plains of Avernus, and as you do, you see that you're not the only ones. You can see other plumes of dust in the distance. They're all sort of making a trajectory that looks like it's going to intercept with the Wandering Emporium. And as you approach, you realize just how large this caravan is. At least a dozen different infernal machines of different sizes, some of them looking a little familiar based on the structures that you have seen and driven, some of them completely different with odd pieces of metal sticking out at bizarre angles. Some even seem to have large chunks of organic material, actual apparati that seem to be made of living tissue that are on them and moving in such a way as to look as it's obviously part of the machine, but not metal and wood. The Emporium itself, you can see brightly colored tents and boxes and large container, except massive container-like structures on the top of 4 machines that dwarf the demon grinder, the Bloodstone. They seem to be of a similar make, but much larger. And these things just moving at a stately pace, kicking up a massive amount of dust, which fills the air around it, choking all possible view of any details of who else is driving nearby it. You want to come right up into the caravan, or do you want to keep your distance?
Eastland will follow Silas's lead, since I assume Silas is taking the helm of our caravan.
All right then. Silas, do you wish to take a place inside the caravan as it trundles across Avernus, or do you want to keep your distance?
We'll come up along beside it. We'll not actually merge into it, but
All right.
always be on the very edge, whichever edge we're approaching, right?
Give me how many feet you're thinking you want to be away from it.
Oh, at least 125.
At least 125 feet. Very well. It is easy for you to keep up. Both of your machines can match the speed of this large behemoth easily. And you continue to drive along. The dust that it's kicking up does encompass your group of 2 vehicles a bit, but for the most part, you are in the clear. Therefore, you're able to see just how far back this plume of dust goes. And the various vehicles that are both a part of the caravan and off to the side of it. And this goes on for about an hour of travel, moving to the south. Go ahead.
I would say while I'm driving, understanding that Falkrunn has of late been less perceptive than before, I will generally ask anyone, please, see if you can spot the drivers, see if you can spot the riders. Something about the makeup of those vehicles does not seem pleasant.
Absolutely. Jax, think you can lend your ever-perceptive eyes?
Will I get them back?
I love you.
Only if you behave.
I could be blind. I will have a look.
All right, make a perception check, Jax.
24.
24. So you're looking specifically to see if you can see anybody driving them, who all is on. You're just on the larger structure of the Emporium itself, not the caravan, the wandering Emporium. These tents and boxes, and almost has a sort of a traveling carnival look to it. Moving in and amongst them, from about 25 feet away, you see some large lizard serpentine-like creatures sort of moving back and forth, gazing the horizon. You see one of them seems to have something held to its eye that it's looking at directly at you, and it moves it down. These large creatures with a 24, you can see, while their bodies seem to be reptilian in nature, they are a vibrant red, and their hair moves in such a way that reminds you of flame. In addition to them, you can see a number of other figures. You think you see some dwarven-looking creatures, except they remind you of those that you met underneath the magic shop at Lelizir's Elixirs in Elturel. The various armaments that you can see on the outside of these machines remind you of those that you've seen both in Fort Knucklebone and on your current vehicles, except they're huge. The ballista are almost as large as the scavenger itself. So the ballista that is on the scavenger you have, the ballista that are on these devices are almost as large as the scavenger that you have. The idea that what kind of projectile it would throw must be enormous. An entire tree's worth of a javelin.
All right, I will squint my eyes and relay the information. Anything off the other vehicles coming in?
In the dust, is the amount of dust that's being cut up. It's completely obscured. You get hints here and there. You get the feeling that there are a lot of smaller vehicles, more of the size of dune buggies and devil's rides.
Right. I will relay that information to Silas as asked.
While we're driving in our car, Iselin will speak up loud enough to address both Typhon and Persephone. I had a thought. We have more than simple magic items to trade. We have the Scavenger. This vehicle is more than adequate for all of us to travel, and it saves on resource consumption if we only have one. Persephone, I imagine you'd feel better consuming fewer soul coins in our quest. How do you feel about getting rid of the other car?
I can't imagine doing anything with it once it runs out of its current soul coin. Might as well sell it while we can.
I imagine it would command a fair price.
As well as that Devil's Ride, too, that he has in tow. Both of them.
Devil's Ride was taken
That was
by
taken.
the.
Oh, that's right. We
Wereboar.
let him have it. That's right. Sorry.
So, after about an hour and a half of traveling, there's a loud that rings out from the Wandering Emporium, a massive horn that just echoes out over the plains of Avernus, and it stops. And the cloud of dust behind it comes forward and encompasses it. And as it settles, you see there's about 24 smaller vehicles, none that even come close to approaching the size of the Devil's Grinder, the Bloodstone that you have, but some that are around the same size as the Scavenger. And as you watch, you are amazed to see these enormous infernal machines begin to shrink down. And as they do, the tents and the containers and the large boxes that are in the middle begin to rest in the middle of the four of these large machines, which then resume the size of still very large infernal machines, but much more along the lines of what you're used to seeing traveling Avernus. As they get smaller, they begin to move, and looks like a carefully orchestrated ballet of a practice routine, moving these large machines, as well as some of the ones that are behind it, coming in, and they gradually form a large semicircle. And you can see as they do that there's furious activity happening in the middle, as you see tents beginning to go up, and large chains being strung across the open space within this horseshoe of infernal machines, upon which metal curtain-like structures are being displayed, sort of paneling, creating a brightly colored and festive look, but still somewhat ominous, as instead of tents and silks, everything seems to be made of metal. And as this takes place over the next half an hour or so and you watch, what would you like to say or do?
Does it look like there's a parking area that's within the encampment?
Not yet, but you do see that there are quite a few infernal machines like yourself that do not appear to be an actual part of the Emporium. They were merely following it. And they seem to be congregating a bit to one side of this horseshoe.
I say we follow the herd. I'm sorry?
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, Iselin will wave to Silas and beckon him to follow her.
When you do that, Persephone just gently reminds you that she can also communicate with Jax if you need it.
As you wish.
Jax, any sign of our golden demon machine friend? What was her name? Fionar?
Fionar. Yes, her machine is very distinct in that it's made almost completely of gold. nothing like that appears to be in view. In fact, of the infernal machines that are present that are not a part of the Emporium, yours is by far the largest. And indeed, as you pull up, several people and creatures that are in some of these smaller things. You see mostly humanoids. You see a couple of orcs, one in a devil's ride and one in a little sidecar that's attached to it that's far too small for it. But he's got goggles on his face and he's just sitting in it. And they look and you see this as you come rumbling up. There's a path that is made for you as people just move to the side as you muscle your way in to near the front of the line. Whether it's because they're afraid of you because of the size or because they know the machine is anyone's guess.
Where is Lulu? Which car did Lulu go on? Is she with Persephone?
She's with Jax.
Would you please have... Or Persephone, would you ask Jax to ask Lulu if the parking area is equally neutral? I'm wondering if we need to have somebody remaining here to watch our possessions.
And Persephone asks Jax that exact thing.
Mm-hmm. Jax, I assume you pass it on to Lulu?
Yes.
Right. So, she says,
I don't really know. I've never come here on an infernal machine, but maybe ask them.
and her trunk points, and you see beginning to swarm over the walls of the now that the Wandering Emporium has completely assembled. The horseshoe around the outside of it actually resembles a wall that's just made up of different infernal machines, and you still see tents and various things going up on the inside. But swarming over the walls of one of them are about 30 strange creatures that glow with inner fiery light. You can see when they open their mouths, it's like looking at fire eyes, and they have flames coming off of their hands and their head like hair, and they look like this.
No.
And they about 3 or 4 feet tall, and they all sort of begin to come around and begin to wander around the various machines. Several of them come towards you, and one of them speaks to the other in a strange language. Does anybody speak Ignan?
Oh yeah, completely.
Just checking. As they speak, it has a sort of a rocky, rumbling sound. And one of them runs off and disappears inside the wall. And in a moment, you see one of these enormous red serpentine-like creatures. Typhon, make a nature check, if you don't mind.
Meanwhile, massive thank you to everyone that's just raided.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Evan Dow, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated.
The result of my nature check is a 23.
23. These are not really related to Yuan Ti. However, you are aware of a subset of Yuan Ti that have in the past, they're the result of the mating of Yuan Ti and this strange fire elemental being known as a salamander. Lizards native to the realm of fire, elemental plane of fire. And it's a large creature, and it sort of slithers over the top and begins to make its way over towards you all. And it slithers up to the bloodstone. And it sort of lifts itself up onto its tail so it can look up and into the cockpit. And it looks down at you. Under new ownership, I see.
Yes, indeed. Does the neutrality of the Emporium extend to the parking area, my good sir?
Well, it would very much reflect badly on our employer if it didn't. I am curious, did you acquire this vehicle by trade or other means?
It was rightfully gotten.
Well spoken. With such a machine at your disposal, you have a bit of authority and benefit from some of the perks that are in place according to the wishes of my employer. Do you have any repairs that need to be done?
We do, don't we, Sean?
We do.
It's up to you all.
Yeah, Typhon asked us.
We have some.
We
Do we
did
choose
them.
to do them?
Did we do them back when Typhon suggested?
We
it?
fixed the armor. So we're back up to our normal armor class and normal damage threshold. We're still missing 43 points of hit points on it.
Got it.
And we could maybe like have things done like transferring a ballista over, because I think there's a spot for the ballista that's on the scavenger to go onto this one too.
So Eastland will say, that is certainly something we're interested in, depending on the price. Forgive my ignorance, good sir, but who is your employer?
Mahadi, the Generous. I take it this is your first time to the Wandering Emporium.
You are correct, sir.
Then, on behalf of my employer, I bid you welcome. And the salamander sort of bows. My name is Slag. If you wish, my magman and I will take a look at your machine to determine what it is we can do, and you may find my broodmate, Rash, inside the Emporium at the Firestake Forge. Ye will negotiate a price.
Understood and appreciated.
And no work is done until the price is agreed upon, I trust.
Indeed.
Very upright. Good.
And, as a special courtesy, you have my personal assurance that no harm will come to your vehicles while they are in our care, for as long as you wish to stay at the Wandering Emporium.
You have our thanks, Slag, for your generous hospitality.
It is the least we can do for those of such powerful reputation. Ed slithers back down.
Silas, what do you think that thing is saying to them?
Oh, he came over to the Bloodstone, which I guess, yeah. So that's
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 we're
right.
observing
Okay, got it.
across the way.
Yep, right. I got it now. Got it now. All right, it's in my head. I see it. It's clear as day.
As Silas looks across the way to the Bloodstone, looks back at Falkrunn. Nothing good.
Well,
I don't trust her, you know.
Well, she certainly hasn't given us any reason to doubt. And, in all accounts, I'm very glad that Jax is in our vehicle as opposed to theirs.
No idea what that means in the context of things.
We're always glad to have you here, Jack. You're very
that's-
perceptive and alert.
Well, yes, of course. That's good to hear.
So once the conversation in our car is mostly over, I start to relay it to Jax, just the bullet points.
Oh, God. this
And then you have to play telephone.
Dangerous telephone game.
RP of Jack's telephone would be.
Jack starts
What
laughing.
could possibly go wrong?
It's a mystery.
It's some
So-
good shit.
Guess what the creature's name's called?
I knew you were...
I won't say it on stream though, because that's dirty.
So as you are having this conversation, you see a small swarm of these lava-like creatures sort of coming over towards the scavenger. One of them.
Okay.
Is he gesturing to us?
Yes, and he's motioning you forward to come closer to the Bloodstone.
Is he's like backing us in with like the
Parking attendants.
Yeah.
With far less grace than a parking attendant, actually.
Two flames on his hands, just.
Persephone goes ahead and casts comprehend language.
This way.
Lasts for an hour, just so you know.
All right, that you can understand, but you cannot speak.
Yep.
So the two vehicles move in, and the salamander begins to speak again. And he, now that you are within range, you can hear he is speaking and giving instructions, telling his minions to pay very careful attention, to not break anything, and to give a report to his broodmates when they are finished. They understand what all needs to be done. And as this is happening, you see a large, sort of gray, bumpy-skinned humanoid come out. Not quite an ogre, but close. Comes out with holding a humongous stake with a placard on it, and he comes out in front of the horseshoe, puts it down onto the ground in Avernus, and just... And as he does, you begin to hear music coming from within the Emporium.
This is so cool.
All of hell.
Yeah. Though for a hot
Goodness.
For a hot minute, I thought that ogre was going to come out and start being one of the sign spinners. That was like,
Oh,
it's like, oh,
man.
that guy's got to wear the ogre suit. I feel bad for him.
So what do you do, my friends?
Sean, where is our vehicle?
It is not pictured on the map. Your vehicle is being seen to.
So we're here at the entrance, presumably?
You're wherever you wish to be. At the entrance would make sense to me.
How big is this approximately?
The total size, it seems to stretch out 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, it's over 100 feet wide in diameter. So.
Shall we take care of our errand first?
Feels the most wise.
What did the, Jax filled us in on most of the information, but I take it we are welcome and encouraged to walk about?
Apparently, we are kind of a big deal.
Is Slag still visible, Sean?
Yes, I mean, he's a very large creature. And you see now that the sign has been placed in front, there are numerous people coming forward. You see some gnolls, you see a few Duergar, you see several people that are wrapped in very thick cloths that are covering, completely obscuring their face, their head, wearing armor. You see people of various sizes, races. It's about 24 or so people are beginning to move towards the entrance to this.
Before we go in too far, Eastland will go up to Slag and say, "You will notice, if you look at our vehicle, there is a body of a drow upon it. Please make sure that is also undisturbed."
He bows.
Of course.
And the one with the grappling hook as well, the scavenger, is also in the retinue.
Understood.
Now,
And given how they were giving us deference based on the size of our vehicle, Sean, I will park right up at the northwest corner.
Very
just
well.
above where Falkrunn's token is.
All right.
I'll just stick a little X there. X. Just parked right
Let's
up front,
see.
facing out.
Should we inquire as to whether or not there's a bath house or some sort of, I guess, tub available? I don't know. They're gonna need a pretty large one for Red Ruth, but
I'm sure we'll find something like that as we continue to.
You don't suppose they have a
Search.
map of this place, do they? Falkrunn's looking a little bit like that person who walks in the mall trying to find the directory.
So as you step forward, you see this sign now, and as you're looking at it, the words on it written on it begin to swirl, and they appear to your eyes as the language that you first learned to read. All are welcome here. No fighting, no spell casting, no exceptions.
They didn't say no stealing.
Jax,
I promised.
And stepping out is a figure, dark skin, humanoid, dark hair, with a long mustache going down handlebar-like over his face, and then a long pointed beard, wearing blue robes that have circles on them somewhat reminiscent of peacock feathers. And he steps forward and bows before you. Hello, my name is Mahadi, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Wandering Emporium. Please, it would fulfill my wildest wish if you would let me know how I can help you, so that I can see that it is done.
Well met, Mahadi.
We seek the bathhouse.
Oh,
first of all.
please. I'm so sorry. I wish to know who you are, first and foremost.
We are...
Who has taken out the, frankly, loathsome Ragadaga? I'm hoping that his successors are of much more genial manners and temperament.
We are conscription group 14.
I see.
I must applaud you on your establishment. It is a welcome respite to what we have encountered outside.
Ah, you are too kind. This has been a project of many centuries, and I am very humbled and, dare I say, a bit proud to be its current proprietor.
May I ask, for an encampment as ingenious as this, how do you manage to maintain the neutrality within?
Well, I have several arrangements made with very powerful entities here that see to that. So you need not fear for your safety. I promise anyone here who wishes no violence done upon them will not have it as long as I am in charge.
That's good.
Of course, if you are inclined to have violence done, that can be arranged for a fee.
Oh, no, we wouldn't.
Mahadi, it says no spells of... Is that spells of any sort in terms of just benevolent casting, or perhaps the... How will we understand what people are saying? I myself only speak few languages.
You will find that all of the employees at the Wandering Emporium speak perfectly fine common.
Ah, good.
What about stealing?
He sort of frowns for a second and says,
Don't want no one picking my pockets.
I understand. Please, if you are suspecting of anyone who has stolen anything, direct my attention to them and I will rectify the situation immediately.
Oh, of course. And I'm sure that we won't have any problem with that at all, as Falkrunn looks pointedly at Jax.
I'm so happy to hear it. Now, which of you, may I ask, are spellcasters?
Eastland will raise a hand.
Falkrunn,
It would be easier to ask which of us are not.
I see. And I can certainly understand the complications that not being able to use your full abilities might afford you. Perhaps when we have known each other for a bit longer, I could see if some sort of arrangement can be made. But in the meantime, please, I would ask that you refrain, not only from offensive, but also benevolent spellcasting. It is for everyone's safety, you understand.
We are most
However,
appreciative of your
there is
note.
one place in which spells can be cast. Mahadi's magic shop. If you wish to visit it, you may speak to my employee there, Agamemnia. She will be happy to demonstrate any magics that you need to be informed of.
Typhon, it's my new stuff magic.
Your what?
Well, I can make my daggers appear.
I would say a dagger that you could make appear would be magic.
Oh, does that mean I'm a wizard?
Of a sort.
Yes.
I believe these are directly tied to your, well, fighting. So, if you avoid fighting, as we will do, it shouldn't be a problem, yes?
Sean, can I do an insight check to see if I get any sense whether or not he knows I already cast a
Sure,
spell
make
in
an
the
insight
parking lot?
check. Very polite, very genial, very hard to read.
I send a message to Jax and I say, Jax, I'm sending this to see if he can tell that I'm doing this.
He continues to look very expectant. If I may ask, what particular are you interested in? If you have no particular interest, I can certainly make a recommendation.
First and foremost, we have an errand to attend to. We need to make a reservation at your bathhouse for a prominent individual.
The infernal rapture, my pride and joy. I prefer to think of it as a spa, as opposed to a bathhouse. And a restaurant. I realize it is not saying much to say that it is the finest restaurant and spa in Avernus. However, I believe I could say without appearing too proud that it is one of the finest you will find in all of the planes of existence.
Does food taste like dirt in there?
Most assuredly not.
Uh-oh.
Inside Infernal Rapture, you will find delights that, well, if you have been in Avernus for long, you will find as delightful as seeing a sunrise.
I'll see you
which
guys
none of
a
us
bit
have
later.
seen for quite some time. However, if a sunrise is what you wish to see, we can certainly arrange it in Infernal Rapture.
What if we have items that we may wish to barter or sell?
Mundane items, I recommend visiting this Fire Snake's Forge. For magical items, the magic shop itself. Speak with Agamemnia. She is most capable.
What about larger items, like vehicles?
Ah, you wish to sell a vehicle?
Perhaps.
Well, for that, I would again point you towards the Fire Snake's Forge. The salamanders I have working for me there maintain my fleet, my own personal infernal machine, and they will determine pricing and worth.
You have been more than kind, and we are indebted to you.
You are no such thing, but it is good to hear that you feel welcome. Please,
I really like it.
make yourselves at home.
What food would you recommend?
Well,
I'm happy if you reply all of it.
then I will reply all of it.
Oh, I'm gonna be so full.
Falkrunn snaps her head to Persephone. We're selling a vehicle?
Is it
Just an idea. It was Island's.
is it a prefix or do we have, or is it a la
The
carte?
price at the Infernal Rapture restaurant and spa is 1 soul coin. That includes the meal and light spa amenities, foot massages, facials, perhaps a short bath. If you wish to partake of any extensive spa treatments, of which there are many, then additional pricing will be enforced.
Is that 1 soul coin per group
Oh, no. Per individual, I'm afraid.
There any other form of barter? We have dealt in gold and platinum before here in Avernus.
Not at Infernal Rapture, I'm afraid. However, should you need to transfer currency, we do have a currency exchange in the Wandering Emporium. You could make your way from here to Avernus. You could speak to... Sorry?
Quick check. How many soul coins do we have?
Kind of a bunch, right?
Less now, but
I've got one.
Typhon has 3 right now.
Eastland has Rhimb.
Falkrunn has 1.
So we're sitting at 6 plus Rhimb.
We have
Non-negotiable.
6.
There's more of us than that. So
I don't have one.
Yeah,
in that spirit, and given who I am, I will stay back with Lulu.
As tempting as... I'll wait until Mahadi has departed our company.
Oh, he's standing right there.
Oh, he's standing right there.
He is gesturing you in, and you look past him. You see that there are numerous tents and delicious smells wafting from inside, and music, and you hear laughter. You hear calls in various languages. It is very... It would certainly could be something you would consider odd and maybe a little menacing were you in Faerun, but here it is positively festive.
Let's go in and have a chat.
Are you actually thinking of exchanging a soul coin for food in this establishment, Falkrunn?
Absolutely not.
Well, you might want to keep your eyes on Jax and his coin, because his appetite is likely to get the best of him.
Wait, Jax has a soul coin?
Yes, remember you won't let me carry one.
Jax, are you carrying a soul coin?
I've had one for a long time, yes.
Oh. May I see it?
Yes.
I'll get it out and run it across his fingers.
Yeah. All right. Do me a favor. Hold on to that.
I have been.
Good. Don't spend it.
Jax, I'll make a bargain with you. If you can refrain from eating here, when we get back to Faerun, I promise you a banquet you will never forget.
What's a banquet?
It's more food than you can possibly imagine.
But I'm hungry now.
I understand, dear, but think of the greater good. Consider it an investment, a little bit of hunger now, for a lifetime of feeding afterwards.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Take his coin, Falkrunn.
Jax, may I hold on to that for you?
Why would you want to do that?
Just because there are pickpockets around, and they might try to steal from you, being that you're a goblin. So, as a cleric and your friend, I will safeguard it.
I'll cut their legs off.
Oh, I know you
Actually,
I wave at Persephone.
What do you say?
50 gold. And I need
All right.
it up front because we're at the shops. And I can't buy things if we're not at the shops.
No, of course. Let me go ahead and say Falcon starts to dig through her bag a little bit, and she's all right, and she takes this bag and says, "Here you are, 50 gold. You hold on to this."
Oh, okay. I'll hand it over, Sam, so we can hear you hitting your keys.
Do you really hand me 50 gold?
No, I just handed you a little bag of sand.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll have a look inside.
This isn't gold.
Oh, that's gold dust.
I'll have
Make a
look.
deception check, Falkrunn. A disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right. That's control.
I think Jax knows what gold looks like.
I would think so, but I want him to roll anyway.
I just think the disadvantage is fair.
Nope.
Whoa, a 20 and
Oh, come on now.
Unless you get double 20.
I know, right? All right, there's a second.
I'm not even going to roll.
So just out of curiosity, for those viewers at home, what were those two rolls, Falkrunn? What were those two rolls in order, Falkrunn?
I just ran the gamut of
Life is balance.
Oh man, so I rolled a crit 20 on my deception and then a crit fail on my deception.
all right.
So I'm like,
Oh, it's got you lying.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was here. And then she actually does give.
Eastland is actually going to step in front of you, and she's going to kneel down before Jax, and she's going to say, Jax, I want to have a very serious conversation with you. Do you know what is contained inside this coin?
Food right now.
Think very carefully about what I'm asking you. Do you know what is contained inside this coin?
Someone's soul.
Good boy. Now, the one I have in my hand belongs to a dear friend of yours. If you were to make a mistake and get something that cost one of these, you would be putting your friend Rhimb in jeopardy.
Why are you looking after that one?
Is that a threat?
I'm not touching yours.
I'm saying, imagine somebody you care about in your soul coin. If you eat, you hurt the person inside of it. I don't think you want to do that, do you, Jax?
You see, Persephone, this is just Islin hoping that Jax will toe the same line that Falkrunn has of late. Her every word.
Okay.
I'll look around Islin where Falconn's holding out his gold.
Is that real gold, that one? You're muted.
This is real gold.
Oh.
What do you say?
Oh, of course.
All right.
I'm happy to make a bargain. I wonder how much soul coins are to buy.
I don't know.
Easton was like, I almost had him on that bag of sand.
Yeah.
Did you actually
All right.
hand me 50 gold?
Oh, yeah.
So Mahadi is continuing to stand there looking at all this sort of puzzled and
I like
so
bargaining and
much
trading.
care and consternation for the coin of the realm.
No idea what that means.
What we have is very limited, and we need to be extremely careful with how we use it.
I understand. Well then, if you do in fact have things to sell, might I recommend visiting the magic shop first? It is the large tent directly behind me, and points to this purple, oblong-shaped
Oh, at the top.
tent.
Right in the middle up at the front. Silas looks towards our gracious host and says, not long ago, I drove our vehicle directly over someone whose name you mentioned.
Ragadaga,
Warlord.
an extremely disagreeable werebore.
As his body was destroyed, I wondered, who would like to hear this?
Well, now that you have arrived here, I would imagine that everyone who would like to hear it will hear it.
Are there any archfey in your caravan?
No archfey. That I am aware of. They are very notorious for appearing as things other than what they are.
And are there any members of divinity that might hurt our eyes?
I don't quite understand what you mean. However, if you are referring to celestials, the one that is currently flying there is the only one that I know of to be here. Hello again, Lulu.
Hello, Mahadi?
It has been some time. It is good to see you have found more pleasant friends. She nods her head vigorously.
We also have a matter of, well, another magical concern. We are told that here the power exists, or one exists here with the power to restore one's soul from entrapment in a coin to a proper body.
Oh. His eyes furrow for a moment, and he thinks, a most curious request, and one that I am not certain can be accomplished. For that, I would direct you once again to Agamemnia. She is most knowledgeable in such things.
You have been most helpful.
It is an honor to serve.
Shall we then?
Oh yes, Jax is
Let's-
skipping off to the magic shop.
All right. As you enter in, you can see there are numerous things to attract your attention. Virtually everywhere you look, you see a different brightly colored tent. It's difficult to see too far along the avenues here inside the Emporium, because from each of these chains, as I said, are hanging large curtain-like sheets of metal. Some of them decorated with sigils and different colors, but they all sort of serve to create a little bit of privacy, a little bit of funneling, trying to keep people, from just rambling and mulling all about, sort of directing them in various lanes. So in the future, if you want to look across the Emporium, understand that it's not necessarily you just look and you can see everything. You will have to sort of move through and explore. But indeed, right in front of you is this purple tent, and you see us glowing on the outside of it, sort of wafting in the breeze, is some words that say Mahadi's Magic Shop.
Let's go in.
All right. You step into the shop
Imagine
and
stepping
immediately...
in there, a massive.
I like Typhon as a snaggle.
Everybody step in?
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
anybody not?
The
Okay,
magic
so-
shop, even.
So, you all step in, and immediately there is a blast of air forcing you to close your eyes, and when you open them, you are in a very different place.
Oh, nice.
This tent on the inside appears to be anything but. It is a large, tiled, and wooden store with brightly colored vials, items, trinkets, and treasures all about them. Don't look at these tables and think specifically that is what is there. This is all just decoration, of course. However, two things you do notice. On one end, a large screen which is showing a view of the Emporium itself from above. You could see people walking around in real time, and as the first of you enter, you could see the last of you entering before they appear before you next to you. And also on the wall to the right is an enormous dragon head. And standing right as you enter, here, you see that same fellow that came out and knocked the sign into the ground. And he turns around and looks at you all and says, "Welcome to the magic shop. Please, do not touch anything, but peruse at your leisure."
What did that mean?
Look
He
around.
looks at you and he says,
Look,
Nice.
they have an
Look,
emporium.
but do
greeter.
not touch.
Yeah.
I don't touch it. But what about if I want to buy it?
Then just ask about it.
Oh,
Don't touch it.
stepping away from a device that looks like a dodecahedron. It has various sigils on each side of it, sort of spinning, is a tall humanoid woman wearing luxurious robes with a high collar that frames her face. She has very pale skin, but very beautiful features, though her eyes have the look that they may have a bit of permanent cruelty etched into them. She is carrying a large staff, the top of which has tentacles wrapped around it, sort of like the tentacles of a large squid or octopus. And she turns to you all and says, "Hello, my name is Agamemnia. Welcome to Mahadi's Magic Shop. How may I be of service?"
Eastland looks to Typhon and says, "This is, after all, your expertise?"
We are here to trade, perhaps to sell and to buy.
Excellent. Which would you like to do first?
First, I think I would like to see what is available.
Very well. It is probably easier for you to tell me what you have in mind. We have numerous potions of varying degrees of potency and power. We also have spells for sale, and numerous items, both traded by people who have traveled the plains and acquired through debt and transaction.
Let us look at the items first.
I see. Very well. And she steps out and begins to draw your attention to several things. There are 2 circlets, one of which is golden that has a green gem in the middle of it. She said, "This is gives you the ability to appear as a perfect specimen of any humanoid that you wish." She points to another one. This is, it points to it, it is a silver headband, much thicker than the other one, and it seems to be inlaid with rubies. This would allow you to cast a spell of, and she basically describes a circle of blasting, and several other somewhat mundane items, all of which are not all that impressive.
Is there no cloak of displacement?
I'm rather disappointed, I must admit. Mahadi's Magic Shop, I'm sure you're holding some things in the back for when a true potential comes along.
Well, perhaps you have not demonstrated that you are such a person, as of yet. Tell me, what is it you wish to sell?
We have found an object that for the correct user would be immensely powerful. It seems to be the mind of a powerful mind flayer caster or some such.
Intriguing.
Has the ability to meld itself with the wearer, increase their intellect, and bestow upon them enormous power, which will increase as their bond grows, so I understand.
Make a persuasion check, Typhon.
Can I help?
If you wish.
I do. So roll an advantage.
What will you do to help in persuading this woman that you are of higher caliber?
Oh, yeah, get rid of that, Typhon. I don't like it.
And I will pass on guidance as well.
I was going to say, nah.
I've seen this thing at work.
Are you sure? Are you
No? Sorry.
No, I was going to say about the guidance.
Oh.
Okay.
Who, me giving guidance? Oh, with the
Right.
magic stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a spell, yeah.
Oh.
Jax doesn't know he's doing it, so what can I
This
say?
close. This close, friends.
I will look at him and say, "Don't touch me.
Oh,
Don't turn that part of your brain off, Jax."
okay.
Does inspiration count?
Inspiration would not count as magic.
Okay.
Before I put my foot in my mouth, Typhon's not trying to pretend he doesn't have it, right?
Right. He's trying to persuade her. He has not yet. She's not impressed based on what she sized you up when you came in, and she's showing you the things that she thinks you can afford.
She just racially profiled us amongst other things because we're a motley crew.
I think it's more of a poverty profile than that, but
we rolled up in the biggest RV in the RV park. Okay.
So my persuasion is a 10, but obviously I will present, what the item actually is, and I will also show her my enduring spell book, which is my item, and that I am one who can, cast up to 4th level spells, and a lot of them. Just do what I can to show that I am a capable mage.
Right.
And
if I can, his resume slips out of his.
Whoops!
Like, sorry, how did that get there?
If there's a way that I can just be academic about it while explaining exactly what it does without being flowery and giving essentially explaining the stat block rather than being flowery about it.
Can you do that in song?
Does that make sense?
And the rest of us be behind him like a hype crew? Yeah.
She looks at all the things that you have before you, and then she looks at the rest of your group, and she looks back to you, and then she smiles at all of you, and she says, "Perhaps you would enjoy having a conversation with the Dragon's Head. It is quite entertaining, I am told."
It won't eat me, will it?
No, of course not.
I've not had dinner yet.
Entertaining in what way?
Well, why don't you find out yourself?
I'll go over.
Careful, Jax.
And as you all go over, she turns to you, Typhon. She says, "Please, come over here." She leads you over to her desk, and she sits down.
Noise. Always noise. Thank you.
This tentacled item, would you be so kind as to put it on the desk?
Okay, I will do so.
As you do, there is a crystal on the side of the desk, and as she puts down, it immediately flashes a bright red, and her eyes open in alarm, and she snaps her fingers, and a circular wall of force encompasses the item, and it begins to sort of float in the air. She says, "Beg your pardon. That is a precaution that I feel is necessary when confronted with an object that clearly has a will of its own."
I would assume that you would not be vulnerable to such a thing. I apologize for not bringing it up earlier. I was not trying to hide this fact from you. Merely did not see you as vulnerable to it. It can reach out and persuade others.
This also informs me that this is a very curious item. I wonder if I could have some time to examine it properly.
Very well.
Very generous of you. And
what do you offer in exchange for the knowledge?
Well, once I know what it can do, I will tell you how much it is worth. I want to make sure that we offer a fair price. Do you know all that it can do?
It was not entirely cooperative, and a simple identify spell did not pierce the depths of its capability.
That's what I assumed. I have the ability to cast a spell that will reveal all of its secrets, but it will take some time to prepare.
Fine.
In the meantime, feel free to peruse the shop. You will not find, I think, anything that will be of particular interest to you, but I assure you that we have such things. And if this is as powerful as I think it is, then they will be yours for trade.
Out of curiosity, why the runaround?
Rules.
So, when I tell you of truth. I have no intent to deceive you that we have more items, not quite as powerful, but certainly more interesting than the toys you have upon the table. Later, then?
Well, if you wish to bring them out now, I can give you prices for them now.
A bag of devouring.
Useful. I would price that at approximately 25,000 gold pieces.
And the currency of the realm?
Certainly much more easy to procure in certain amounts. That large a number, however, quite difficult. We do have many soul coins. Do you wish to be paid in soul coins?
I suppose I'm just curious of the exchange rate here, then. How much would that item be worth in soul coins?
I believe that Fet Allah is currently pricing soul coins at approximately 1,000 gold pieces per coin.
And
of course, soul coins containing the soul of a celestial being are of far greater value.
Naturally. And I see. Thank you. And
in point of fact, if you are interested in purchasing something for the price of 25,000 gold pieces, I do have a spider staff.
Interesting. Can I look that up quick?
Sure.
I just asked Jax out loud. Who are you connected with telepathically right now, Jax?
You, Typhon, if he hasn't cut me off, bastard.
Just could you tell Typhon? Don't forget we want information.
Isn't that a spell? Telepathic communication?
No. Not for
It's an
me.
ability.
Not casting message, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Astute viewers will
same
recall
thought,
from
I was
2 or 3
ready to argue
episodes
my
ago.
point.
And I think Falkrun's the other one I got.
I said, okay.
Yes, it is. It is me. You know, the one who carried you around in her backpack. But thanks for remembering.
I'm concentrated, Falkrunn.
So, as you come to the dragon's head, while Typhon and they are all... He's looking things up. She also tells you she has a staff of striking, Typhon. 25,000 gold pieces. The dragon's head is looking at you. Seems to be inanimate. Do you wish to speak to it?
Hello.
Hello?
Shall we play a game of questions?
Oh my god, it's real.
What?
Yes.
Well, now, is there a cost for the game of questions?
Why would you think such a thing?
Yeah,
Many
Falkrunn.
things have costs.
Ah, you have lost. You may no longer play.
This is you guys. You're terrible at the game of questions.
Well, you...
Okay.
Shall we play again?
Yes.
Ah, you have lost. No
Yeah.
more questions for you.
Oh shit.
Why would we want to play with you?
The game
Don't
has
you
not
think
begun.
you should know such an answer?
Why
Who are
should
you
we?
to ask us such a question?
Who do you think I am?
Ah, you lost.
Why would I know who you
How
are?
it works.
I would have thought everyone knows. Don't they?
That was a close one, wasn't it?
I have no idea what you mean. No! Very well. And there's a ding, 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 ding. And from underneath the thing, there's a little slot that opens up and a small vial comes rolling out. Take your prize.
Oh,
And
no.
please come again to Mahadi's magic shop.
All right, Falkrunn picks-
Diabolical. Whose line is it? Gumball machine. Yes, only in hell, folks. Only in hell.
Oh man, please tell me we have more improv games set up. This will be fantastic. Okay, so what does the vial look like?
It is small and yellow.
Small yellow. Oh, liquid luck.
Eastland moves to Persephone and just says, kind of under her breath, I saw your alarm. I had no intent of doing anything with that coin. I don't know how many times I need to prove it to you.
You don't need to keep proving it to me.
Then why do you panic every time I mention it?
How would you feel if I had Typhon's coin in my possession?
Oh, I'm sorry, are we playing the question game?
Don't you recall, Persephone? She already regrets everything about Typhon.
Eastland kind of snarls at Silas bringing that up and walks to another part of the shop.
Persephone looks at Silas and says, you and I are of the same mind, but let's not alienate her too badly.
I'm not sure that I can alienate her further, Persephone.
Jax?
Are you... Agamemnon turns to you again, Typhon, and says, satisfied so far?
Very. I will consider these. Now, I have one more question. Mahadi said you may be able to help with this. We are in a predicament. We wish to know the process for extracting a soul from a soul coin and restoring it to a body and, well, also returning a soul to its, perhaps placing the soul from one body into another. Just a little soul shuffle. Musical souls.
Moving a soul from a body to another is difficult magic, but not impossible. The problematic part of your question is the soul coin itself. You seem like a learned fellow. Are you familiar with the concept of the vacuum?
Yes. Absence of pressure.
Indeed. The soul coin creates tremendous vacuum. In order to extract a soul from it, it is necessary to have another to put into it.
I see.
So, in order to do what it is you wish, you will need to have 3 souls. 1 to go into the coin, one from within the coin to go into a new body, and one from that body to go into the body of the original.
He kind of looks around and says, looking at his companions, seeing if they're nearby, and he looks back and says,
I am to understand that just about anything could be purchased in this place, correct? And I refer to the whole of the place, the Emporium.
You are very astute.
I'm sure there are perhaps beings for sale that may have more use as a soul coin than in their current state.
Perhaps.
An option.
There is a bit of difficulty in this request. I will have to take it up with my employer. The nature of what it is you are asking, I believe, goes contrary to his arrangement with Lord Zariel. He has been known to make exceptions in certain cases. But, of course, going against the Lord of the Realm carries with it quite a steep price.
Understood. Of course, a hypothetical question.
Of course. We speak hypothetical quite well in this shop.
Academic musings. Thank you for your time. When can I expect the appraisal to be done?
Less than an hour.
Very good.
In the meantime, do you wish coin in exchange for your bag of devouring?
How many soul coins can you offer?
I can offer 50 soul coins now. I can procure more.
so we could get, just stopping here, DM, we could get 25 soul coins
Correct.
for a bag of devouring.
Indeed, you could.
That seems like a lot.
It is a lot. She says that, and then she raises an eyebrow and says, "You are aware of the danger of having that many in your possession."
As a potential repeat customer, do inform me. Do I surmise that the presence of so much concentrated suffering would show up on the, would attract those looking for such things?
Indeed. And it would also have effect on your... She looks over at the rest of your companions. Sadly, naive friends. Especially that. And she looks at the flying celestial.
Even if I would be the
I do
one.
not believe such a being would be able to endure such close proximity.
Even if I am the one bearing them. Interesting. I see. Well, perhaps a mix then, but I shall discuss. What, again, in the interest of our being return customers, the ideal ratio?
1,000 gold pieces per soul coin.
Excuse me, but how many could I carry without rapidly affecting the souls of my companions?
How many could you carry would determine on your own personal fortitude, and as such, the same requirement applies to them, their personal fortitude. I would think that any more than 5 would be quite dangerous.
Do you offer banking services?
The same thought.
Is Soul Coin high at the moment?
Bank of Avernus.
Because we weren't
Soul
in hell
coin is
enough, now we're
always-
going to have a
Soul
bank.
coin is always high.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We can fast forward this a little bit. I feel bad leaving all my companions, but I will ask them at some point what. So I would think we would probably cash in 5 and take the rest in gold, for the moment at least.
Okay.
So
As you are continuing this conversation, the dragon heads up there again and says, "Time for another game?"
Oh, I like games.
Absolutely.
What game did you have in mind?
They all both lost. There she goes. There she goes.
I asked a question.
This game is called Common Sense. I say something, then you respond with a sentence that uses the same adjective. For
What's an
example,
adjective?
daffodils are yellow, is what I say. Then you say, bumblebees are also yellow, and they're fuzzy.
I didn't
And then the
say
next
that.
person would say, teddy bears are also fuzzy, and they're loved by children. And the next person would say, candy is also loved by children, and they're sweet. And so on and so forth. Shall we play?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very well. Bumblebees are yellow.
Rain slickers are also yellow, and they are also slick.
Next.
Rogues are slick, and they are also sneaky.
I'm sneaky and I'm also green. I like this game.
Typhon is green, and he is also honest.
Lawyers are honest. They are also liars.
Who's next?
Islin, are you playing?
No, I'm just enjoying the chaos.
We're back to Falkrunn.
He failed though.
Hmm?
He failed the game.
Who did?
He didn't
Dragonhead?
give another adjective.
Yeah, liars is a noun.
So noun.
Like this dragon is playing at disadvantage.
another vial comes down the bottom.
I must tell you all that our DM is personally mortified and will be thinking about that loss for at least 2 weeks.
All right, what does this vial look like?
Did I win?
It's another yellow vial.
Small yellow vial. All right.
What more, dragon?
He's silent.
He's mad. It's Mad Dragon.
GM, what is the name? Like, what is the dragon? What is the dragon? Like, what type of dragon is it?
Appears to be blue.
Blue dragon. Okay.
That's electric.
Boogie woogie woogie. So Typhon steps away from the table, and she carries this ball of force that has this squirming thing inside of it, and she walks over to a spiral staircase here and goes upstairs. And the half orc sort of sits there, is looking at you all. You all are very smart.
I've been known to be smart.
Thank you, dragon.
No, that was me.
The orc.
Wasn't a dragon
I'm
stupid?
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Someone asked if he knows any shanties. Typhon,
Yes.
I'm curious about your comment about getting gold. It seems that gold has not served us well at all in this place.
Well, I believe
Would the
you've already
bartering situation be better? This is a magic shop.
Could always
Potentially,
exchange
yes.
the gold for soul coins and then free them.
I have not been particularly impressed by what she has to offer. There are 2 staves. Well, one is rather a marshal's staff. Would anyone be in need of a very powerful melee weapon? See, I don't
wonder
think
what
so.
else is of value in Avernus.
The only thing that I would seek was perhaps some better armor. But
Did she tell you anything about how to shift around souls?
Yes.
Knowledge.
oh, good. Should we
Tell us.
step outside or?
No, she is acquiring this knowledge. She has to. This type of, well, shifting is apparently potentially against the charters of this place. So she has to ask Mahadi that it does not interfere with her contract, with his contract with Zariel. However, it seems to be possible. Certainly. And I think there are indeed the means here.
Well-
Excuse me, Persephone.
No, I interrupted you, but it seems like we should potentially get on his good side. Maybe he has a favor that needs doing?
I think this will simply come down to price here. With everything around us, he is, well, perhaps needing a favor, but whatever we can purchase and not risk ourselves for, I think we should try to do. Now, the other thing is our machines.
Oh, right.
We could sell, repair, potentially
I've got
upgrade
magic
these.
items I could sell.
What else do you have, Jax?
I got a whistle. You said was magical.
Oh,
Yet to
I've
be
got
used.
candles.
you're talking about the rat catcher whistle? I thought that was.
No, a Typhon called it the abyssal whistle.
Oh.
Forgot what it does.
Me too.
I will post it.
It's
in the
stupid,
chat.
but I like it.
Don't.
What else have I got? I've got the 2 magic candles.
You had more than 2, didn't you? You grabbed a whole bunch of them.
I gave one to the woman that didn't like me very much.
Right. But there was at least, I think, 3
I don't know
per
why
candle.
people don't like me.
I think you dumped.
I think we grabbed a
I
big
gave
chunk
one
of
to
them.
Shura to keep in her pocket
Okay.
because that's always going to go well. Yeah, that's the. Obviously, I've got my goggles, but
Typhon, if it meant getting any step closer to Rhimb's soul returning from the coin, I'd be happy to give up my wand of magic missiles.
No, I don't think it's come to that quite yet. We, between this intellector and the bag, which I do think we should sell, there's a potential here to, well, hurt something very, very large, but getting this thing's arm into it seems impractical to me. Do you all agree? And there's also a chance it might not even work.
And
Falkrunn wasn't pulled in, but Jax was. You see where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Yes.
It's because I'm green. A little.
I'm quite certain that's the case. I think we should sell it. Now, the exchange rate here is 1,000 gold for a soul coin. We are going to need soul coins, most certainly. But too many of them is going to affect all of you.
Right.
Hang on a minute. I just sold my soul coin for 50 gold.
Yep.
Live and learn.
No, it's all right, Jax. All right. I'll put it on your tab.
So,
Okay.
Poor Jax.
Getting screwed over.
what... we have the option to sell the bag. We are also getting the intellect appraised. Is there anything else anyone needs? Better armor, I hear. Anything else that we could ask for?
Armor.
A
is
magic
something I could
cloak.
use as well.
DM, is there a way in which to combine Quietus with the Warhammer with the what was the Sean Anderson special that you have?
Shalemore. Unfortunately, you have to take the.
It's gonna be a lesser.
No, you have to take the enchantment. The enchantment comes as a unit, so you could make the Warhammer, the Corpse Breaker Warhammer, and the longsword, +1 longsword of light, or vice versa. You have to take the entire enchantment.
Got it. So I would be able to switch Quietus to the Warhammer, but I couldn't.
Correct.
I couldn't combine them essentially.
Correct.
But you'd have to ask me nicely, Falkrunn.
For what?
I'm carrying it.
Got Quietus.
Quietus.
The stone.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, there it is. I was like,
Oh, I thought Falkrunn had it. I'm glad to know you have it.
Let me fix that.
actually, I've got it.
You promised no stealing.
Oh, I have had it for a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. Interesting. Crap.
So,
Is there more we need to do in this shop? I'm just trying to
You're
keep
just
all the
talking.
pieces of what we're
Eventually, the Dragonhead probably will suggest another game.
let's see.
The only item I'm looking for is a cloak of displacement, if there's anything like that.
Righty.
I would. She returns. I say, I'm not really interested in the spider staff. It has some small spells, but
So, do you wait here for a half an hour?
We should go get that errand taken care of at the bath.
Yeah.
or we could talk to the salamanders so they can get the repairs going while we're here, so we don't have to go to them last and then have to wait while they actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
Would it
move
make
to
sense to
different errands.
split up, actually, then?
We are safe
Makes
here.
me nervous.
Yeah, but if we were going to split up, this is the most logical moment to do it.
Yeah. Someone arrange the bath,
I'll go do that.
and
That's it.
someone want to come with me to the
I'll go to the salamander.
Rosh.
I'm going to the bath.
Okay, so you leave the magic shop and back into the Wandering Emporium. And as you step out, once again, the heat and oppression of Avernus just almost flattens you to the ground. You all kind of take a moment as you step out, as you feel like the weight has increased. Your body weight has increased by 25 pounds or so as you come out. And you hear loud, raucous laughter between the gnolls that are over to the side here, the sort of barking laughter as they are quaffing back some vials of green bubbling liquid. The rest of the Emporium is yours.
Typhon.
Yes.
Do you think anyone in hell would be interested in this Warhammer of Torm that I have? I imagine it would be just. I have 2 weapons and I only use the one. No, something to consider.
Is it? It is enchanted, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Let's
To the forge.
to the forge.
All right. Jax.
Did we? So, do we know? Sorry, Rhimb's longbow does not have a magical property to it. Correct.
Correct.
It does actually. Now we
As a
transferred
melee
the
weapon.
adornment. The adornment.
Yeah.
That's
So-
right. You transferred the enchantment on the staff of adornment to the bow.
Oh
It's
right.
a simple enchantment, but it is technically magical now.
But
yeah.
so we could override it with something else.
Something
you could.
better. Yeah.
Perhaps, Falkrunn, we could place that enchantment on Rhimb's bow once we extract him.
Yes. Yes, I think that would be a wonderful welcome home present for him.
Hang on to it.
I will.
They
Jax.
also offered in there an item called a Staff of Striking. This is a +3 weapon.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I imagine the only person.
that +3 weapon in parentheses. Typhon explains that it is really good.
Oh, I understand. Really good.
When it comes,
I don't know how to
I
do that.
appreciate the efforts to non-meta the purchasing, but eventually it gets too cumbersome. So feel free
Yeah.
to drop it and just
We're no longer porcelain adventurers now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that might if there's a good way to get someone a +3 weapon, that might be a good trade. And then if we have gold left over,
I don't see how you could convince him, but I think Silas would have a really kick-ass time with that, since it is
his weapon's all special though.
I know, and he likes it a whole lot. So but the only other person who uses a quarterstaff in our group would be Rhimb.
And his quarterstaff is way bigger. And for him,
Well, it's his bow, isn't
yeah,
it? He's
yeah,
uses
also,
his
like-
bow as a
Did by his. No, Sean's done a beautiful job of offering us an incredibly tempting weapon that none of us have really the ability to use.
No.
Well, what were you going to transfer into Rhimb's bow?
there might be more yet to offer. At the,
Yeah,
magic
that's what
shop.
that's why I'm
true.
waiting.
So shall
The,
to the forge.
I'm get you up there, Silas. I don't know if I'm looking at the stream trying to do it on the window. Anyway. Sorry. We should move on.
All right, so you begin to make your way through the Emporium. As you do, you come around this corner and you see, whereas the other tents are all fairly dusty and dirty, but look cared for, there is just rugs out on the ground here with a tarp that's over one side and just junk just splayed out all over the place. And turning around to meet you is a halfling. She has very pale skin, dark eyes, and wearing a large sort of floppy top hat. She's got clothes that look ripped and torn, made of various dark rags, and she's carrying a staff, and she's scratching her back with a large cleaver. Her feet are bare and wrapped in rags. And she says, "Hello! Come to buy something? Oh, look, it's you. Aren't you handsome?" And she looks at you, Jax.
I am. It has been said before.
Well, why don't you come and see what I've got? You never know what you find messing around in the junk piles of a furnace. Lots of things people throw away. Lots of interesting special things. All right here for me. All for Fawn Ripper to sell at a very reasonable price.
I like reasonable prices.
Well, come and look, come and look.
I'll go and have a look.
50 gold for whatever you want.
Oh.
Is somebody watching him? Is somebody with him?
Well, you do have 50 gold, Jax, but
He needs an adult. He needs an adult,
He
quick.
really does.
so, Jax, you have this.
He's not a
many.
child and he's not an idiot. You just
All right.
profiling him.
we
Rude people. Rude people.
Well,
I'll have a look.
Money pouch to
If you
his-
don't have any gold, we can come to some other sort of arrangement.
Ew.
what, like?
Like, you have to do whatever I say for an hour.
No,
That could
Jax.
be really, really bad.
or really, really fun?
You might ask me to do, like, dirty stuff. I don't do
Oh,
dirty
that's the
stuff.
most fun.
No, I don't do
Don't you
that.
think?
No.
Are we all there? Because she said that he could get anything he wanted in this for 50.
Yeah, I'll have a...
Now she's bargaining
magic.
herself.
That'll cost you 50.
Jax. So that's
That
the
could
question.
go
Did
both
everybody
ways.
stop with him, or did I like the idea of Jax sort of like wandering off as the rest of you go?
Jax
by?
wandered off on his own.
Like, no, so Falkrunn is definitely keeping a pretty strong eye on Jax the whole damn time. If there's a way to do like the kid tether thing where she's got like a rope tied to him and she's walking around with him,
Yeah.
like, that's kind of where we're at.
In your dreams.
Last time, you got sucked into a bag, okay? So Falkrunn's not playing that game anymore.
All right. So what about? Oh, instead of 50 gold, I get to do whatever I want to you for an hour.
Does that make sense?
Jax, no. No. Look,
I won't hurt you very much.
okay. Fawn Ripper, pleasure.
Oh, hello.
What are you selling?
Welcome. Please, 50 gold for whatever you want.
You know,
And you look around, it's just piles of just detritus and junk. Jax, your passive perception?
Oh, it's 19, I believe.
You do see something very brightly colored and strange for Avernus
Let me have a
that
look at
is
that.
hidden away in the back.
I'll flip my goggles down. Let me have a look at that one.
I remember
What one?
Oh, point.
Make an
at-
investigation check.
Investigation. Du-du-du. 20. Oh my god, 25.
So you see in the corner, sort of looks like it's tucked it behind some really disgusting looking bedding and kind of a bloodstained looking pillow. You see a beautiful orange geranium. Green,
I love that.
vibrant.
Here we
It
go,
is
50 gold.
completely foreign to anything you've seen in Avernus.
I will quickly hand over 50 gold and take the item. So she-
What? No! And she leaps like a feral creature, just jumps over you and jumps in front of you.
Not that. That's worth quite a bit more than 50 gold.
Oh, no. You said.
You said it.
I said anything on the mats.
Let
This
me
is
just
in
speak to my
tent.
new friend.
It's my own
the
personal thing. No, you
Hatmacoat.
can't take it. You can't. It's mine. It's mine. It's the only thing I have. This beautiful fleece. You can't take it. I won't let you.
Well, now.
For 50 gold.
Deal,
Just-
50 gold.
I need. And she looks at it. And she looks back.
For that. A soul coin.
No. Soul coins are worth 1,000 gold pieces. Don't be
Well, then you
silly.
can't have it.
Well, I will go speak to my new friend Mahatmacoat,
What?
the one that owns the place.
My hat
Honey?
coat. That is brilliant.
You're friends with Mahadi?
Mahadi, that's it.
Make a deception check.
no, I was being serious.
No deception.
Make a
Our
persuasion
gracious
check, then.
host did say that if we had any problems
Yeah.
whatsoever,
We're his new favourite friends.
All right,
he
make a
declared that
persuasion
as
check.
well.
Persuasion check. That's just as bad. It doesn't matter which way it comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nearly a lateral 20.
No one,
So close.
no one's really his friend. Trust me. I know. You should see what he's done to his so-called friends in the past. So, no, a soul coin. And you can have it. And she reaches over and she looks at it, and her
What is
eyes
it?
sort of
Can I have a
soften, and you see a look of longing sort of briefly pass over her face as she touches it. And she looks back.
What is it? Can I have a look? I won't take it. I've promised not to steal.
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage?
Why with advantage?
Because I promised.
The persuasion check, you have to, you have
he
to do
evoked-
something to
Jax
make it an
was trying to
advantage.
persuade himself, though, DM. He was.
The cry.
Not an advantage.
10.
10.
Right. Because you're so attractive, you can have a look.
Oh,
Just a look.
I'll have a look.
And she holds it out. And it is wrapped in a very dirty rag. And the soil within it is black and wholesome looking. And this beautiful yellow and orange geranium growing from it.
I like flowers.
Isn't it beautiful?
They
And as
taste
she does, her
lovely.
lip starts to quiver. What?
Flowers, they taste lovely.
Well, yes, I do, but you can't eat this one.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. It looks magical.
No. I'm just a really good druid, that's all. What other explanation could there be?
Do I believe her?
Make an insight check.
9.
She seems to believe it herself.
Oh.
It's hard to imagine that a druid would be in here with no other evidence of being a druid, except for this one flower.
Oh, it is pretty. Is it not magic then?
No, it's because I
I
love
made
it
a
so much.
tree grow.
I don't believe you.
You should be able to see it from here.
Well, you made a tree grow, but trees aren't as pretty as my flower.
Oh, no, it's a bit bigger.
So?
Well, the Fae liked it. They were living in the forest. Over there.
Point towards where...
50 gold or get out.
Oh, yeah, I'll pay 50 gold. What's a deal? I told you it was a deal.
Well, then take your pick, but not this.
Oh.
What do you think, Jax? Anything else worthwhile?
Did I see anything amazing in it, Elsa?
It is a random roll. This is Trinkets of Avernus.
Falkrunn has all the air of a
yes.
mom watching 2 kids in the sandbox.
So that's the only thing I found was decent there, yeah?
This is the only thing that catches your eye. The rest, there's so much, you're literally going to have to like paw through it.
I will
to
have
find
one
something.
more look through.
All right. So this is like a roll. This is the trinkets is a random roll. If you want to pay the 50 gold, then you get to reach in and get a random trinket. Is basically what you get.
Sod it. I like, yeah. All right, I do.
Okay.
As Jax is pawing through all the detritus, 2 demons walk by. One looks in the tent. Who's the Karen? Keeps walking.
Let's see
Well,
here.
taking it off.
Here we go. Oh, so D100.
You're a soccer mom, Falkrunn.
D100, okay.
She's sitting there with her Starbucks cup.
Come on, get a good one. 90. Oh, 80. Okay.
80. Let's see.
Oh.
Interesting. So as you're ripping through it, you move things aside, and they're mostly little bits and baubles of gold and glass, and the things they're just brightly colored or painted, things of wood, things of bone, things of leather. But then you move something, and something larger moves, and you pull out a large bronze pentagram. And on each part of the pentagram are listed names, and at the top of it, it says the 9 rulers of Avernus. But you look at these names, and you don't recognize any of them. 9 rulers of the hells, I'm sorry. You don't recognize any of them. They are completely different from the names that you may have heard as being rulers of the hells.
Oh, this looks fancy. I'll take this one.
Fine.
Would you know who Tiamat is?
Hang on a minute.
Yes. Oh, wait. No, Jackson's with us
Nope.
at that point.
All right.
Oh.
Nope. That's all you get for 50 gold.
Is it like a neck? Is it on a chain?
No,
or-
it's like a wall hanging
Oh,
thing.
it's like
a
this
huge, it's like one of these big things. It's like it's a miniature Captain American shield.
That's like a Bud K special right there.
Let's see if Rhimb can stop me driving this one. And I'll just
drive obviously towards the others.
All right.
Let's drive over to the forge now.
You're making
So
me
while
out
you
to
were
be like
waiting
a kid.
there, Falkrunn, and I'm assuming everybody else sort of went on watching him, there's a soft ahem behind you, and you see a very dark-skinned woman with long hair, sort of got a tan, a really deep brown tan, which would indicate that if you were on Faerun, you would assume that she is from Calamsham. And she has long, luxurious ringlets of hair. Again, dark brown with sort of golden highlights. And she is wiping her hands on a towel that says, I don't mean to be rude, but your hair, it's... Well, something must be done. Can I offer you a haircut? Did you understand what I said, dear?
I'm sorry. Who are you talking to?
We're talking to Falkrunn. As Falkrunn, as you're watching Jax and Fawn Ripper.
Oh,
I
you hear
just called out a Karen on her hair being dirty.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know that dwarves generally take great pride in their hair. I would be more than happy to comb it for you. Maybe a little trim. Perhaps some tighter braids.
No. Thank you, though. I don't have the time for that.
Oh, well. Next time, though.
Oh, you really should, Falcon. You look a right mess.
If any of your friends... I mean... It's a slow day, and, well, I do need to eat. So...
I see. I'll let them know.
Do you want a rat kebab?
Bernie is my name. Bernie the barber.
Bernie, pleasure. And you work at the shop, the barber shop? Is that the?
I'm the only barber here, dear.
Ah,
not just above a meat pie shop, is it?
I'm not as fancy. And she looks over to the central tent, which you can just see past the chains and the sheets of metal, as infernal rapture. But I dare say I do better work in my own humble way.
well, I'm inclined to believe you. So the way Mahadni was going on about infernal rapture, you think it was the best thing here, but
Well, I only charge a gold piece.
Oh, well, that's. Well, I mean, for a gold piece, that just seems. Yeah, well, sure. You sure it's just a gold piece?
Never charged more.
All right. Falkrunn digs in her pack and pulls out a gold piece and says, "All right."
Wonderful. Do you want it now, or do you want to wait till later?
Now would be good, thanks. Yeah, no, how long do you take? Is it?
Well, it depends on what all you want. If you just want it cut, I can do that in about 10 minutes. If you want it washed and styled, it takes a little longer.
Do it, Falcon, do it.
Yeah, a cut would be great. Actually,
wash it as well.
Yeah. Could you? And then she's. I'll go ahead and. And then she leans in close to Bernie and says like, I just take it all off.
What did you say?
Could you just take it all off?
I could. Are you sure that's what you want?
It doesn't really serve me here.
Well, do you think you'll always be here?
I don't know.
Well, you can always grow it back. And I'll certainly do what you want, if that is truly what you want, but... Maybe it might serve as, I don't know, a way to hope for the future?
Yes. That would be nice.
So just the trim then?
No, I think, shave it down and then we'll see what grows.
Alrighty. And she begins to shave your head. She's very, very good and effective. Takes no time at all, and you are refreshed. You enjoy the benefits of a short rest while you're in her chair. And as you are sitting there, she just makes small talk, and for a brief moment, you forget that you're in hell. And if you close your eyes, it feels like you're back in Faerun, in a large city, having a simple day of self-care.
Like a single tear just rolls down Falkrunn's cheek.
As you come to, you look down and you see Lulu sitting in your lap, looking up at you, and then looking at the barber behind you. And she leans in. She says, "I really like her."
I do too, Lulu. She seems kind. As kind as people are around here.
It's very valuable.
Well, and Bernie sort of stands up and says, "Thank you for your patronage. Tell your friends."
Yeah, thank you, Bernie. I appreciate that. More than you know.
She winks.
She's a lousy tipper.
She actually takes 2 more gold pieces and deliberately puts them into Bernie's
Are
hand.
you paying for your friends?
I'm paying for the kindness. And
kindness is free, but your generosity is appreciated.
Well, then for the hope, then.
Be well, Falkrunn.
Hi, Bernie. And Falkrunn kind of finds Jax and starts to walk back towards the forge, if she can sort of suss it out where it is.
Do you think she's a prisoner here?
Who?
Well, that lady.
You think Bernie's a prisoner?
Oh, why else would she be in this hole?
Because of all the places in Avernus, this seems to be the one that is the most civilized?
Oh, because it's so much better than where we're from.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as far as Avernus goes, Jax, this is the least hellish that I've seen.
Falkrunn, and all of you, we are at our 2-hour point here. Let's take a short break, 10 minutes. Yeah. See you all back here. We are Lawful Stupid RPG, and this is Trapped at Home. Our adventurers have encountered the Wandering Emporium in Avernus, a collection of tents and infernal machines and strange and wondrous creatures, glorious smells, bright colors. It is the Grand Bazaar of Avernus. So far, they have visited a magic shop where they have negotiated the exchange of several of their more powerful items, hopefully trying to draw out some of the larger and more impressive things that the proprietor there, Agamemnia, has to offer. Jax also met the deranged halfling known as Fawn Ripper and perused her wares, her trinkets of Avernus, discovering that there is also a strange but beautiful flower blooming in her possession. And Falkrunn has had all of her hair shaved off by the unexpectedly kindly form of Bernie the Barber. As for the rest of you, where have you traveled?
Should we do the giveaway first?
Oh, yes, of course. I You reminded me to do the giveaway, and I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry I forgot. Indeed, when we went to break, because we had reached the previously stated number of viewers, we are doing a giveaway. So please, if you're interested in joining, type into the chat !giveaway, no space, and you will be entered. And in mere moments, we will close and draw to see who receives the cool item that we have for giving away today.
I did a t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, I did a t-shirt. So
You'll be lucky to own such a t-shirt.
Yeah,
They're nice. They're soft.
I was going to buy one.
DM, can you announce the rest of this like Fraser's brother?
But, Niles? Yes, of course. I don't know. Niles? He does a lot of this. Does a lot of that, as I recall.
Right, closing it. 3, 2, 1, close.
And that is the end of the giveaway.
And
that
I'm
is
gonna pick a winner.
The giveaway has ended, and now our winner is.
Pick a winner.
It's not Finnish expert.
Astral Hellhound.
Yay!
Astral Hellhound.
What a great name.
Astral
great
Hellhound
name.
has been active in the chat too. Got
Yeah.
that fiery red name color on the
And
chat.
now they have
job.
a t-shirt. So congratulations.
Hellhound.
Thank you for your support.
Astral, are you there? Hopefully he's
No,
there.
they may have stepped out. We'll figure it out.
Well, oh, yeah.
At any rate,
Carry on. Proceed.
Before we start back though, I just wanted to give a shout out. We've had a couple different people from a couple different communities jump in. We've had Apotheosis Studios, Gilding Light. We've had Topo Turtle. We've had Tabletop Misfits. I know that Jade has been out having conversations with the role players. I think they might be hosting us right now or something.
They are, yeah. That Chelsea that did that, yeah.
Just great to see a lot of community people from various different places coming in. So hi everybody. If I didn't mention you, pop into the chat and say who you are. We're always glad to support you guys back.
indeed, and we're very thankful for the support we receive. So, while Falkrunn is having her hair sliced away, and Jax is perusing Fawn Ripper's wares, what would the rest of you like to do?
Salamanders.
All right, so Typhon, and who else?
Actually, if he's going, if I will go with you, Typhon, and I will leave Persephone and Silas to do the bath errand.
Now I
All
just
right.
want Typhon to go looking for salamanders, as if like.
Salamanders!
Is there a pet
I
shop?
like turtles.
So,
I haven't seen that in so long.
you step up to one of the larger vehicles here that looks like the interior of it has completely opened up, and then a tent awning has been set up in front of it, and inside you can see a wide display of just metal and metallic items. Some of them look like they're obviously meant to go on a infernal machine. You see what looks to be a deconstructed javelin thrower, but you also see numerous suits of armor, weapons, essentially everything that you can find in the player's handbook for sale in terms of items.
Oh.
However, the prices are much steeper. But as you walk in, you see one of these salamanders turn to meet you. And looks and says, "Hello, I am Rash. How may I help you?"
Rush. I am Typhon Ophiacus.
Welcome to the Fire Snake Forge.
We are the owners now of the. What is it?
Bloodstone.
The Bloodstone.
Of the Bloodstone.
I see. My brother Slag has informed me that it is somewhat damaged, but not overly so. The price for restoring it to perfect functionality will be 500 gold pieces. Or half a soul coin, if such a thing exists.
Understood. And what would you offer for the other vehicle in our retinue?
It is in working order.
Perfectly.
Difficult to put a price on such things. Much easier to trade. Perhaps upgrades to the other vehicle. Or a different vehicle, one that you could find more use for than the current one.
Before we get too much, just as a little pause, did we agree as a party that we are consolidating as far as vehicles go?
Yeah, show me the Carfax.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Carfax.
Get blue book value.
It's still got a
No chance in hell.
I think it's a red book out here.
Red book value.
It's still got how many days does the soul coin last in it?
After today, there'll be one more.
Yeah.
So it's still got one more day. Yeah.
You would lose that.
Still, yeah. What will we do with it if we take it out for a day and then don't? We're not going to.
Well, that's also part of the trade. Is we can,
Right.
Yeah.
What?
If we are indeed trading in that.
And so
What?
all just all
upgrades?
metal weapons and armors in Chapter 5 of the Player's Handbook. So if you do wish to have full plate Falkrunn, you could buy it here. The price is 1.5% higher. This is a markup of 150%.
Making me math.
What upgrades then would you offer?
Well, we have quite a few. Better armor. We have the ability to make some of the attacks that you have at your disposal do extra damage, do different types of damage. We have poison or acid sprayers. We have a machine that creates a sonic power that will damage the eardrums of your enemies. For a very, very steep price, we can provide limited ability to fly. That is fairly new, but very useful for crossing the Styx.
Fascinating.
Indeed. So, Well,
How much for the flight?
You will be the first to partake of this. So, at a discount, because it will be useful as advertising. 70,000 gold pieces.
And the value of our trade-in?
Comparable.
Typhon, that seems like a very interesting upgrade.
it does.
Will, of course, take time.
Of course.
And how much time would an armor or weapon upgrade take?
Less than a day, unless it is a particularly difficult, but based on what I know of your machine already, it will not be longer than that, I should think.
And what upgrades to the armor would you offer? So we know the fullness.
So he will increase the damage threshold of it by 5 points.
That's really
That
good.
costs 10,000 gold pieces. Let's see here. And then there are the weapon things that these are. The aesthetics of the machine will be changed quite a bit. The Screamer is essentially a large crank that you pull, but it is attached to an actual human torso that has then a metallic thing coming out of its throat with sort of a megaphone-like structure. There is also a device that looks like it is made of the intestines of some large creature that are wrapped around each other and will spray acid.
How long would it take to equip the vehicle for flight?
2 to 3 days at least.
Oh. Probably not the wisest investment of our time, unfortunately.
It would give you a significant advantage over the other warlords of Avernus.
Oh, unquestionably, but unfortunately, time is limited.
Do you have a loaner while it's in the shop?
He wants the loner.
Let's see. That is too much time.
That's very, indeed, that is an intriguing bit of technology that you tout. Your thoughts, dear? I leave this decision to you. It is, after all, your party.
They'll never agree to 2 to 3 days.
I agree with that.
Well then, the armor upgrade and
10,000 gold pieces.
what armor does? Let's see. I can see actually. Want to know what Persephone has?
I think Persephone only has studded leather.
We could get her half plate and Falkrunn plate mail. Does Persephone care about stealth? She's not here. I was going to ask. We can come back to that.
To be honest, I think the only one who usually rolls for stealth is Jax.
Yeah.
Silas
And
needs
Eastland.
armor, doesn't
I mean, what was that?
Silas, doesn't Silas need armor?
Would Silas want plate mail?
I don't know.
I would have thought so.
They're at the baths at the moment.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, you can have this conversation. I mean, again, for a shopping spree like this, the role playing is fun, but at a certain point, you need to drop it and get
Efficiency.
into efficiency.
I know. All right. So,
Sorry, I was with the dogs.
The puppers.
half plate would be good for you, I think.
Yeah, there's no reason I can't wear something better than leather, correct?
No.
Oh, absolutely.
It would bring your AC to 18
I want
or
it.
17. Shoot.
That'd be great.
It would give you disadvantage on stealth, but that's not.
I never roll stealth.
Yep.
Okay. And then
We'll ask Alias when he gets back.
Yeah.
So, whatever the price is in the chapter 5 of the player's handbook, it's just a markup of 150%.
Okay.
And you said you valued our trade in at 70,000?
Comparable, yes.
Yeah. Okay. That gives us a lot to play with.
so perhaps we get the armors,
Yeah.
the three sets of armor, I guess.
So 2 plate and 1 half plate.
And the repair and mount the existing ballista.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 ballistas then. The upgrade, and do we want the screamer thing? I don't know.
What's the screamer thing? Remind me again.
Yeah. What?
So you attach that to your machine, and you would have to take the place of one of your other weapons. But it's called the Infernal Screamer, and when the crank is turn, it's a telepathic scream. So it doesn't affect anybody who is actually on the machine. The sound does not affect anybody. And for your enemies, it will do within 120 feet. It could target one creature, must make a wisdom saving throw or take 4d12 psychic damage. Or
wow,
or half as much on a successful save.
Okay, we should put that one on.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Because even if they resist, it's better than the 2d8 of the, and it's a save, so it's an automatic damage.
And it's multiple people, not just one. Is that right? Like,
I think it's is it?
Is it an area effect?
No, it's
targets
one creature.
It's a target. Oh, I missed. Okay,
All right,
that's
so
still pretty bamfy.
Let's take Let's take the screamer and then take whatever harpoon flanger is better.
Just want to say thank you to Astral Hellhound who just gifted 5 subs. Thank you very much.
Oh
wow! Thank you. Cool. Awesome, man. So that is so he offers to attach that, and that will cost. Let me see here. Boom, 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 boom. That will be another 10,000 gold pieces, and that includes attaching.
So we've got 20,000. We've got, let's see, 50 is going to come out to
4,500.
4,500.
And then,
which isn't that bad at all.
Nope.
And then Persephone's armor, what's half plate at?
Silas says he's good for armor.
Who doesn't want it? Okay.
Oh, well then.
Okay.
Does that mean he's good he wants armor, or he's good he doesn't want it?
Yeah, that...
Good for armor usually means, like, I don't need it. But
Yeah.
Unless there's magic.
Yeah, he said unless there's magic. So.
Is there any magic? There's probably no magic armor.
No, none of the items they have for here are magic. It's all mundane.
We could just get the rest in cash and take it back to the magic shop.
Yep. Let's...
You misunderstand. I do not have that much on me. These are what I will give you in exchange for your vehicle.
Very well then. Letter of credit?
For
That
future
could be
repairs?
arranged. Yes.
What about a way to easily find the Emporium as it wanders?
That is a gift that can only be disposed by its current proprietor.
Perhaps a generous donation to the generous proprietor might secure that for us?
You're welcome to try.
Fair point. Well made.
Is there anything that we missed that we could afford to add on to here, John?
Not that they currently have. You express interest,
He says, unfortunately, while we are well equipped to maintain and repair, the modifications that are available do not come into the Emporium as often as we would like. You understand that such things can only be found usually by scavenging and by people donating their vehicles to pay off certain debts. There are other places in Avernus where you can purchase such upgrades. In particular, there is a location that straddles the Styx, where you might find very powerful ways to harm your foes and improve your machine. Although they, I dare say, do not have yet the ability to grant flight. You will find that only here.
We may return for that gift after all.
Keep in mind that if you are not the first, somebody else may be.
First right of refusal, perhaps? Just...
I do not think so.
Worth a try. Ah, then. Well.
Did you say something about him? Oh, never mind. You were just talking about installing new weapons when you were talking about improving the weapons.
Mhm.
What would our outstanding credit be?
For what you've given, quite a bit actually, to give
It's a
them to
bummer.
just donate your scavenger. Your credit will be very, very good. And if you wish, that could probably be applied to other locations.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Could we get to other
Other stores.
Emporium?
Other stores,
Yeah.
yes. But of
What do
course,
we
you are
think of-
limited to what they have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Meta guys, what do we think of this?
I think it
that
should go to the.
works. Yeah.
I think we should take it to the magic shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't know what other items they've got yet. So this means that Falkrunn's now got plate. Persephone's got half plate. And what else was it? Was that it? Was it?
Oh yeah, Silas doesn't need it. So.
Silas doesn't want it. Yeah. Silas could have it if he needs it. If there's that much left over.
Yeah. Silas,
Quite a bit. You're giving if you're giving an
Silas
infernal
can have
machine,
what if he needs
then
it.
Full plate armor.
No interest.
Okay.
Alright.
right.
Can I sell off my chainmail armor since I've got it? Or?
Yeah. What's the rules on selling then here, Sean? Because I've got loads available.
You get far less than what it's worth, but I mean,
What else would you do with it?
Better than dragging it around, yeah.
Yeah, better than carrying 55 pounds of chainmail around.
so you get it at 75% of what it's worth.
You math making.
Just tell me what it is. I'll do it for you.
It's 75 gold.
Oh,
Oh, well, I've got quite a few like little trinkets and stuff which are worth a lot of money. So
So it's 75 of 75.
oh, I understand what you're saying. And I assume it's just like a rounded down situation.
Yes, rounded down. Always round
I
down.
can do that.
Thank you all for joining for this gripping episode of Bath and Commerce.
D&D
56.
shopping.
Yeah, 56 gold.
Do you want to do mine quickly?
Falkrunn.
Could I sell my leather and studded leather armor, even
They
though
have
I'm
no
not
interest in
there?
anything that's not made of metal,
Including studded leather.
included studded leather.
What about gems or stuff like that? Jewelry?
Also, not interested.
Okay, I've got 2 fancy daggers which are worth 100 each.
That's 75 and 75.
Yeah. That's it really. If they're only interested in weapons.
Not just weapons, things that are made of metal.
Short sword. Got a short sword. That's 10 gold.
7.
Okay, so what's that? 157 then, yeah. Okay, I will write that down.
You guys have saved up all your stuff, and they selling the Infernal War Machine. They qualify as very powerful magic items.
Oh,
So
platinum bracelets. I've got.
No.
Okay, I'll keep them then.
I'll say Falkrunn will take those off you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was waiting for you to ever have that spell and need them. So
Yeah. Though I'm planning.
So I have not followed how much we have left remaining credit-wise to exchange to bring to the magic shop.
quite a lot. I dare say that you have enough to get pretty much anything that they have to offer so far. If that's what you want.
Okay.
Credit works.
Yep.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
okay.
Also, does that mean we could also cash out for soul coins and such at the other dude?
You actually have to have the coin to do that. That is, you are led to believe that is while he operates within the Wandering Emporium, he is a separate entity unto himself and does not, the credit that is extended by various other organizations do not apply to him.
Okay.
I
So
think
where would you like to go next?
Non-transferable. At least to him.
Are you headed to the spa?
Yeah, so that takes care of the Serpent's Forge. Who wishes to go to the spa?
I'm definitely going to the spa.
It was Persephone and Silas, wasn't it?
I think so.
Right, so you walk to the central tent, and again, it has very bright colors, and you can smell delicious, savory scents coming from it. And you try to look into it, but as you look, as the various parts of it flap back and forth, you can't make out anything within it. You come to the front of it, and you see Infernal Rapture written in the same glowing, somewhat wafting lettering over the entrance. You pull back the curtain and step inside, and are immediately amazed to find yourself in an enormous chamber. You enter here. Here. Silas and Persephone, put yourself on the board.
Can you ping where I entered again, please?
Here. So you step into this room. The floors are made of beautifully blue and cream-colored tiles. The ceilings are enormous and vaulted. There are plants and greenery all around you, and tables with soft glowing lanterns and cushions and divans. And in the center, there is a small pool with slowly moving water, and atop it is a statue. And as you look at it, Persephone, the statue's face morphs to take on your own. A beautiful rendered face, you at your most sublime and peaceful.
Me
And
with a filter. Got it.
the rest of the statue is posed in a graceful demeanor, looking composed and relaxed, wearing a tastefully draped robe. Silas, as you look at it, the same thing happens, except it changes from being a feminine-looking statue to a more masculine, not a regal or a martial pose, but Silas Kon at rest and focused, poise, alert. And the smells in here are mouth-watering. And a woman comes walking over to you. She has a gold circlet around her head, long brown hair, and long flowing purple robes. And she says, "Hello, welcome to Infernal Rapture. My name is Porchence. Are you here to dine?"
We're here to make an appointment.
"I see. And who will the name of this appointment be for?"
Ruth?
"Ruth. Surname?"
I don't believe she has one.
"I see. It's a bit of a problem. There could be many people named Ruth, you understand?"
I think it would help if her surname went down as Red.
"I see. Ruth Red. Are you... I'm so sorry, but are you by any chance referring to Red Ruth?"
I am.
"And she wishes to make an appointment here at Infernal Rapture."
Very specifically, yes.
"How interesting. Have not seen her here for some time, I believe. Well, how wonderful. Very well. That will be 1 soul coin, please."
Oh, she just asked us to make the reservation. She didn't say anything about paying, so I'm sure she'll take care of that when she gets here.
"I'm sorry, I can't hold a reservation unless I have payment."
Could we do a deposit and get it back once she shows up and pays for herself?
"Provided she brings her own coin, I see no reason why that would be not possible."
And do you accept any credit from the other stores?
I'm afraid not. 1 soul coin for your evening's meal and basic spa amenities. It's a difficult word. And, of course, if there are any other further needs that you have, we can do our best to arrange for them. And across from the room, you see a familiar face sitting in the lap of an enormous but gorgeous woman. Smiler the Defiler looks over and says, "Well, hello! Fancy running into you here again. Care to join me for dinner?"
No, we have a schedule, but thank you.
Oh, what a pity. Oh, you really should try the abyssal chicken here. It's amazing. A little slower, darling. And the woman is rocking him back and forth, and she stops a little, begins to move a little slower back and forth. I mean, it's only money. I suppose my treat this one time. For you, my dear Persephone. Please, come. Sit at my table.
I at Silas saying, please come with.
Do you think he'd let me?
Just walk over like he already invited you.
Sorry, a bit of a miscommunication. I'm afraid I only have the 1 coin to spare. But please, join us. Rules, you know, they are very, very strict about making sure everything that you partake here is paid for. In fact, you'll have to sign a contract, my dear. Actually, since I'm paying, I guess I'll have to sign the contract.
I misunderstood. I thought you were just inviting me to partake with what was already paid for. I'm not hungry, though.
Are you sure? It's delicious. I mean, really delicious. I dare say it will make you a more fearsome and capable warrior, more able to handle the difficulties of Avernus.
Maybe next time we have that scheduled.
I might not be here next time.
Well, then I will have to eat what you recommend. What should I order when I come back?
Well, why don't you have a look at the menu? And he snaps a finger, and from around the corner comes an extremely attractive tiefling. And he comes walking over with a menu and hands it over to you with a slight bow. Please let me know if there's anything you like. And he shows you this.
Is it laminated or is it like a really nice menu?
It's a really nice menu. It appears to be made of very expensive cotton paper.
Laminated.
Are these gold foil accents? Nice.
You sure? And Smiler the Defiler is still being rocked by this enormous woman.
Last main
Persephone,
dish.
I feel compelled to mention the last item on the menu.
If anything were going to tempt me to spend a soul coin, that coffee.
But you're not. It's me. It's my soul coin.
What about the giant space hamster?
What?
Then you have deep fried miniature giant space hamsters seasoned to perfection with rosemary, basil. This is amazing.
For those people familiar with Baldur's Gate, I'm sure it is imitation miniature giant space hamster. Boo.
Better be.
Go for the eyes, Bo. The eyes!
Well, I think you should save it for something a little more worthy of spending a soul coin on.
I'm a little terrified of the roasted wereboar. It's like, wait a minute.
You make me so sad.
I understand the taste changes.
With the different phases of the moon, indeed.
Thank you for your kind offer.
Oh, you're most welcome. Offer. Really didn't cost me anything. The other offer is still open, by the way. Interested in teaming up? Seeing what sort of hell we can raise in a furnace? Now, that extends to your entire party, of course.
Of course, but as I say, that schedule that we're on. Maybe once we've completed what we need to do, we can talk again.
Oh, yes. Well, good luck with that. TikTok.
As you say. And she walks away. Did I get the sense that I would schedule with that woman we were talking to earlier, or somebody else?
With her.
Okay, then I'll just walk back to her. But as I do, I ask Silas, under my breath, I assume it would be better to not spend a soul coin if we don't have to. Just put it down as a deposit. If Ruth spends a soul coin, we can't change anything about that.
Would seem.
Right. Then
Out of character, when was that bargain struck?
My understanding is that she asked us to make the reservation. She didn't say she was planning on paying for it if she knew that we were going to...
I'm just saying out of character. When
last
did
week.
that? Last week I wasn't here, so
Yeah.
I'm rolling with it, guys. But
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Saving the unicorn and the next step.
I got that
in
part, but I
figuring
wasn't
out
sure
how to
what we got in
do stuff.
return for doing this kind of thing.
Oh, she's going to give us the information of how to
Break the genie.
break the Jin's contract, so then we can save the unicorn.
And all the viewers wanted to know that too.
Oh.
Thanks for keeping us honest.
So it is like one of those quests where it's like, go get this. Oh wait, I need this before I can give you that. Oh wait, I need this. And so we're on
That's
like
all
step
it is, folks.
3.
It's a lot of fetch questing.
It's epic fantasy. Damn it!
God, it is
Hopefully
hell.
interesting fetch
And
questing.
bringing it
Yes.
back in, bringing it back in.
As long as the unicorn doesn't
And
die. Very
metagame-
interesting fetch questing.
Out of game for a moment. Does everybody else at least see where my logic is? Like she didn't ask
see
us
your
to pay
logic,
for it.
but it's.
I have a feeling
We're
that
gonna have
she
to pay
expects
for
us
it.
to pay for it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least I can try.
She asked you to make a reservation. Apparently, a reservation costs a soul coin.
I mean, look, we've got credit. Perhaps the credit can. I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other,
I
right?
asked
I
her
mean,
about the credit. She said no.
well, no, but I mean, there is the exchange rate, and I mean, if there's, what difference does it make if we're getting the soul coin from the Bank of Avernus or if we're giving one that we have?
Yeah. Makes a difference to Persephone, but it doesn't make a difference in reality.
It will to Rhimb too.
Here's the practical question: do either Silas or Persephone have a soul coin?
I think Silas does. I don't.
Oh, all right. So I'll say Migs.
So I suppose as we're walking, I say to Silas, I hope you have a soul coin.
I do.
Well, let's temporarily hand it over. Unless you object.
I object to anything that takes longer than a day here.
Agreed. And so we walk back over to her and say, we'd like to make that appointment now.
Very well. For Red Ruth. That will be 1 soul coin, please.
And I look at Silas. And that's the deposit. When Ruth pays you, we'll recollect that.
Well,
Yeah?
I certainly won't pay accepting more than what is due for the services that she wishes.
Lovely. Thank you.
Silas, as you hand over the coin, you get a very brief flash of a child in a dark room.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus, Sean.
Guess it wouldn't be plausible if my camera suddenly cut out right now, would it? You bastard. I don't quite let go of the coin.
The longer you hold it, it's a boy.
I notice that probably, right? That he's not quite letting it go.
I would say it'd be real obvious, yeah, like kind of.
So the Porchence is standing there with her hand out, sort of looking back and forth to you both.
I whisper to Silas, you don't have to.
What does this get us, Persephone?
Forward. But we could use another soul coin.
Is everything all right?
What do you want to do, Silas?
We may need to find something else.
I'm so sorry. We have to convene with our friends, make some change, if you will, and we'll be back.
As you wish.
Let's find the others.
Do we make it outside the door?
You have not consumed anything, correct?
Nope.
Then you make it outside.
What
I
happened
turn
if
to
we had
Persephone.
consumed
I
something?
turn to Persephone and say, I take the burden of carrying these, Persephone. But in the moment of handing it over, there is a flash into the coin itself. And if we are going to be using any more of these, it might be best if I don't know.
I understand. Keep your coin. I'll talk to the others.
All right. Jax, as you leave the tent of Fawn Ripper, you see Falkrunn standing up from the chair, Bernie the barber, and Lulu comes flying over.
Jax, what did you find?
I found a steering wheel.
Oh, interesting.
It's got these funny marks on it. I'll show her.
It's shiny. Oh, that says Tiamat.
Who's that then?
She's very bad. The queen of the dragons.
I love dragons.
Some of them are really nice, but not the ones she's queen of.
Rhimb's nice.
Yeah. Anything else?
She had a little plant that I wanted.
That's strange. Was it all twisted and gross like the ones at the other place?
No, it was a little flower. A drizzilium. It was a flower. It was very pretty, but she wanted a soul coin.
Oh,
And Falkrunn stole mine.
well, that wasn't very nice.
No.
Oh,
Well,
it depends, I suppose, on what she was going to do with it. Holding onto a soul coin is pretty bad, Jax. Spending it on a flower is very bad.
But it was a nice flower.
Oh, show me, I want to see.
Okay.
I'll go with her back to the thing.
Hello, Governor. Back so soon?
I want to see your flower.
That face is everything.
Why do you want to see it?
My Oliphant wants to see it.
50 gold.
What, to see it?
That's what you want.
I
I
don't
have something you want, and you've got something I want. 50 gold.
I'll give you a kiss instead.
Oh.
Dirty minx, you.
Persuade me.
Make a persuasion check, Jade, with advantage. If she wants you to.
So the exchange here is a kiss. For
She's totally into
flower.
it. What a slag.
15.
Right you are. Let's have it.
I'll give her a teethy kiss.
You nibbled me. All right, here you are.
And she goes running back, and she comes back with it, and
Isn't it beautiful? I understand why I want to see it again. I want to see it every day.
Did you? Are you sure you made it?
What other explanation is there?
Oh, I suppose so. What do you think, Lulu?
It's a very nice flower.
I know. What's it called again?
A geranium.
Geranium. I told you what it was.
Does she want to sell it?
Yeah, she does. Well, she
No,
doesn't.
I don't. I will for a soul coin.
What do you need a soul coin for?
I want to go to Infernal Rapture.
Oh. What about if I give you the money to go and buy one?
What, 1,000 gold pieces?
Yeah.
You don't have 1,000 gold pieces.
Says who?
Says me.
Let's just start counting my money. 25 platinum, that's 250 gold, isn't it?
Actually. Yeah.
Well, it's nearly there, but I've got a magic item you could probably sell.
No. Don't trust those things. I used to have a partner. And then he had a bag and it ate him.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
I have a look through my thing. What have I got? I've got about...
Dear God, am I getting my hair cut at this point? Is this what's happening?
yeah.
Oh, mother.
I've got about...
This is what happens when you lose your child.
I've got about
You
600
have to let
gold.
Jax go shopping.
600 gold. That's not enough. But her eyes widen as she sees it all.
Well, maybe you do. Does it seem like quite enough? Right. 1 soul coin or 1,000 gold pieces and you can have my flower.
Metaphor.
It's not a metaphor.
Lulu is sitting there. She's looking down at the flower and she looks back at you, Jax.
Jax, I really need to buy this flower.
Okay, what about all the money I got and a sloppy kiss with tongues?
No.
I'm good at
I want to
kissing.
go to Infernal Rapture and no sloppy tears with... No sloppy kiss with tongues is going to get me in the door.
I'll be
Just a
right-
soul coin.
Be right back. Falkrunn. Oh my God. Where's your hair gone, Falkrunn?
What do you want, Jax?
I need the soul coin. Lulu needs it badly.
Where is Lulu? Take me to her.
Right over there. We need to go and buy a flower.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
All
so
right.
you leave Bernie, and she's wiping her hands, and she nods, and that's when you say goodbye to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this again, Jax? What?
Lulu says we gotta buy it. Don't we, Lulu? We like flowers.
Really important, Falkrunn.
It's very important, Falkrunn. Give the soul coin. It was mine.
Well, no, hold up. All right. Well, how much does she want for it?
A soul coin.
Well, how much money do you have, Jax?
I've not got enough. I did look.
How do you not have enough?
Well, I don't know if you remember, Falcon, but I had to pay a flying devil to shut his mouth.
That's true. All right. How much you got total?
Well, you gotta remember you owe me, 950 gold. The remainder, well, I sold you a soul coin.
All right.
I could buy it back for 50 if you like.
Okay. All right. So how much coin do you have?
Well, I can't really count, but she says it's not enough.
Out of around nearly 600.
Okay, and that's with the platinum?
Yeah.
Bollocks.
I've got 2.
Yeah, no, I've... Oh. All right. So, you want a soul coin? What do you want a soul coin for, Fallen Ripper?
I want to go to Infernal Rapture.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we can arrange that. Shall we just make a reservation in your name?
But you're going to need a soul coin.
Oh, well, of course. We'll make a reservation for you.
Don't make me steal it off you, Falcon. Just give her the soul coin. Lulu says it's important.
Falcon looks at Lulu. Lulu, is it worth it?
Maybe.
All right. I will. So, Fallen Ripper, I'm gonna go and we'll get your soul coin for you. All right. And then, should we make the reservation for you, or you just want the soul coin?
I just want the soul coin.
All right.
Soul coin.
Falcon reaches into her pack and Sean, in order to like talk to the soul of it, that's going to burn a charge, right?
Correct. But it does not. I mean, the soul is still intact in the coin. It's just
Right, but it doesn't like diminish the value of it in terms of.
no.
Okay, cool. So
No,
Falcon.
but it like breaks the soul inside of it though a little bit, right?
Think of it as like a picture, a colored picture.
Yeah.
And
So
using one of the charges, you are erasing part of the picture, but the picture is still there.
Right. So, and in order to feel what's in each soul coin, I need to do that, or can I just hold them?
You get an impression. You can get an impression from just holding it.
Okay.
But very, very little. If you want to know more, you do have to burn a charge.
So Falkrunn is she's gonna pick she's gonna reach into her bag and touch one of the coins.
Okay.
And wait to see what sort of image she gets from it.
This is the coin that you received originally from Persephone?
Yes.
All right, so you touch the soul coin. You get an impression of strength, conviction of character.
And then she's gonna shift her hand around in her pack and then touch the other soul coin, which is the one from Jax.
One from Jax. Regret. You get an impression of a smaller creature. Seems female.
She.
Is your hand stuck in your pocket, Falkrunn?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm picking my own pocket here.
How come you get to do it and not me?
I understand. And it's okay. It's very important, but
We needs it.
not
All right. So,
worth it, maybe.
what's that?
Maybe not worth it. I don't know.
It's hard.
Don't ask me anymore. And she flies away.
See what you did, Falkrunn.
Falkrunn's going to take Jax's coin and say, Jax, is this how you want to spend your coin?
For Lulu, yes. She saved my life many times. Once.
And Falkrunn hands that coin to Fawn Ripper. And then as Fawn Ripper tries to go for it, Falkrunn pulls it back and says, the geranium?
Put the coin on the floor, yeah? And we'll do an exchange at the same time.
We can't rip anyone off because what's his face will get very, very upset.
She puts the coin down.
Fawn Ripper looks at this ball of black earth wrapped in the rag with a beautiful flower, yellow centered, bright orange petals. And she looks at it, and her face undergoes a strange transformation as you see her swallow hard, and this cruel, conniving, desperate creature, you get just the slightest glimpse of what she might have been before, whatever led her to this fate. More of a kindly face, one that had more expression in it than just greed and desperation. But it vanishes, and she puts the flower on the ground, and right, and she reaches for the coin. Takes
Up the flower.
All right. Shop's closed. Get out.
And she begins to pile up all of her stuff, roll up the blanket, and stuff things back into her tent. She brings down the tent, and she ties it in a big knot. Okay, and she runs off towards
Christ,
another
you did
part
that
of
quick.
the bazaar.
That was a good trade. Look how pretty it is. We should ask Typhon if it's magic.
Yeah. We should do that.
I like your hair. Your head. It's like
Thanks.
mine.
Yeah.
So, just as you are exiting Infernal Rapture, you see this desperate with pale skin, dark eyes, teeth gritted in this rictus grin, just desperately just pushes past you, just skids in and then disappears as she enters into the extra-dimensional space of Infernal Rapture.
Does she drop anything?
No.
No.
Roll a D100.
Yeah.
Rollo.
Here comes a 1.
Could be good. Or
Just a
5.
second, let me get to, here we go.
He got a 5!
5, all right.
Oh, that's pretty close to a one.
You see a soul coin spinning on the steps of it.
My gosh.
Can I consume a soul coin for terrible, horrible, devilish inspiration? No.
So, she drops something and goes clang, 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 and she looks back at it and then and leaves it and runs into Infernal Rapture. And you look down and you see 3 metal tubes connected with a chain.
I'll pick it up.
As you pick them up, they go kong, king, kong, kong, king, kong,
Oh, I like it.
kong.
Might go well with my whistle. Alright, you can shut up now and I'll try to quiet it down.
Does it not quieten up? I'll put it in a bag.
Oh my god. Put it in your bag of holding.
That's what I mean. I put it in the bag of holding.
Oh, put it in the bag of holding. It stops.
Damn it.
All right. Eastland would like to go back to the magic shop with Typhon.
Very well. You all sort of reconvene and see each other here outside of Infernal Rapture. Falkrunn with her shaved head, Jax with a beautiful geranium, and I'm assuming that Typhon, you and Eastland did not cart everybody's armor over here.
Probably
They can
not,
pick it up
no.
themselves.
Right.
Oh, actually, no, I
Run a
could have
little
probably carried it.
Pick up receipt.
Eastland could probably
so
carry it.
There you all are to discuss what has been done and what remains to be done.
Eastland heaves a very audible sigh and walks into the magic shop as they discuss their conundrum with the coin.
Very well.
And goes to Agamemnia.
So how many coins do we have left now?
Guess I will follow.
Oh,
What do you mean?
guess we're going in. I just assumed that through various bartering and trading, things were done.
Did you
Anyone?
spend a coin?
Jax got a flower.
A flower for a soul coin?
Lulu said it was important.
Is Lulu here?
No.
Speaking of which, where is Lulu?
Shall I ask her?
Using your telepathy. What's the range?
Let me double check.
I thought it was a mile or something crazy like that.
It's quite far, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. Why can I not see it? Description, maybe.
Let us say that it is a mile for now. You do make contact with Lulu.
No way, Jax. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, we're with Persephone. Come.
No.
I've got you the flower.
No. I'll come back later.
Tell her it's not safe, Jax, that she needs to make sure she stays.
You need to come here. It's not safe. I'll give you a cuddle. I'll give you a cuddle.
Jax, what exactly did you... What is this that you have?
She wanted this flower. It was very important.
Tell me exactly what happened. It doesn't seem the way you describe it.
Well, I found this flower.
Yes.
And she said she wants a soul coin for it, and I was like, I ain't paying 1,000 gold for a flower, even though it would have been nice to eat. And then Lulu saw it. She says we must have it.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. She said that it might be important and that we need it.
Yes.
And she knew the price?
She knew the price. Look,
And-
I'm not one to spend a soul coin lightly. But Lulu says we need something. I'm inclined to believe her.
Well, we have a soul coin issue too. Do you want to tell them, Silas?
No.
But something go wrong with this?
What do we need to do?
Yeah, were you able to get the spa?
We have to pay in advance. And so my
And
hope
the soul
is-
coin.
Yes, and no exchanges, no credits, no nothing else.
And Silas, you did not give her yours.
No.
Ah,
It seems like perhaps Silas's coin shouldn't be spent. And we thought maybe we could reconvene and see if one of the others could.
Is Jax there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is Jax present?
Yes.
Jax,
Yes.
what was the name of that child? The little girl.
What, my friend Shura?
Shora.
Yeah.
I take out a soul coin and I toss it to Jax.
Oh.
That could be her brother.
I suppose it could be, really, yeah.
It is a child.
Oh, I'll just hold it up.
So you
But,
can see why we can't spend that coin.
Oh, yeah, I
And
know.
I am removing that from my inventory, and Jax, you should add it to yours.
I.
Oh.
What are we going to do with them? Otherwise,
Not saying
Falkrunn had
we
it.
can't spend any of them, but we can't spend one we know is a child.
so where do we draw the line?
Well,
Who
at least at
is-
children.
They will not suffer any less for having not handed them over.
We free this one. And I point at the one that Jax has.
We could do that.
Free this one.
What would
spend
happen
another.
if we free it down here?
Be released.
What, down into here? So the soul
No.
would be in hell forever.
Depends on.
No, it doesn't stay here. It goes where it's supposed to go.
And if doing so damns all of Elturel, so be it.
Why is that the consequence?
It may well be if it comes to that.
Seems like a slippery slope of an argument to me.
Look, for whatever we try to argue right now, we know that there's a child in that coin. So we free the child, and then Typhon, hand over one of your coins, and all of us can at least plead ignorance.
I agree to that.
Very well.
DM, do we know how to free a coin? We know we can. Do we know how?
You do not?
I will just walk in and reservation under the name of Red Ruth and just plop a random one of my 3 soul coins down on the table and walk out.
All right. How long do you hold it? Do you hold it less than a second?
It's not very long, but if there was a...
Are you curious, I suppose, is the question. Do you care to know?
Come on, Typhon, are you curious?
I mean, as the player, yes. Typhon is borderline a sort of a
It's very
combination
pragmatic.
of desperation and apathy. So
All right, so
as much as
I
that,
mean,
like-
it really does come down to, like, do you just
I mean,
hand it over
his-
and, like, is
His
it less than a
girlfriend did
second?
kind of break up with him. He's kind of in a bad way.
Is it less than a second? Or, like, I mean, that's...
Yeah,
that's
no,
determining
it's
factor.
not. He doesn't hold on to it and think, should I spend this and put it down?
Got it.
He has walked in here with the purpose of paying,
All right.
and he pays with a thing. That's
It
all he
feels like a normal coin, no different, slightly larger than a normal gold piece.
Yeah.
And you hand it over. And
Sorry, for clarity, we're handing that coin over to whom?
Portions. The woman who's... So as you walk in, you saw the graphic earlier, you step in and are amazed at the opulence around you. And you see in one corner being cuddled by an enormous, gorgeous
Okay, to the
giant
spa.
woman.
I thought we were at the magic store or something.
You see,
No.
You see Smiler the Defiler just sort of like, yes, it's wonderful. And the smells make your mouth water. And Portions stands there and she comes, welcome to Infernal Rapture. And, Red Ruth, I understand. A reservation. Very well. Thank you. We can hold the reservation for a period of 48 hours.
Understood. I
about face and walk out.
Very well.
Silas, do you have the communication stone?
I do.
Shall we ask how to free a soul coin?
Yes.
Do you care to know, Typhon?
Care to know?
How to free a soul from a soul coin?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, if they're talking about it, I would wonder about it.
What happened to my camera? That's weird.
That's kind of fun.
You can't see it on the
Zoom it out.
Can you not?
But,
yeah. It just zoomed out big time.
You're
you're
super
fine.
good on the stream. You're super
Okay,
good on the
good.
stream.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
If you care to know, you can make an Arcana check, but if you don't, then
Oh.
Just got a 15.
you would assume that, like most magical things, it would be affected by dispel magic.
Okay. Also, if I hear talk about using the sending stones, I will advise against it because they do cast a spell from the item, correct?
You do.
Right.
Okay. Don't do that.
Right. No magic until we're outside the Emporium.
Seriously, I walked into a building for a second and you
It was a conversation. We just had a conversation. Oh, keep your forked tongue between your teeth.
Calm down, Typhon. It's not like a child died while you were gone.
None of us like spending the soul coins. I'm sorry you had to do it.
So am I. Now,
So, magic shop?
Eastland's already inside.
I'm gonna find Lulu.
Speaking of which, while Eastland is inside, how's that going?
Indeed. Do you wish to spend time in the magic shop alone, Eastland, or are you willing to wait for the group?
No, she's getting fed up with the conversations, so she leaves and goes into the shop on its own.
All right, so as you go there, you inform Agamemnon that she is ready with the information, then you just sort of stand there with the half-ogre sort of...
Yes, you have apparently a large arsenal of items, and I'm getting very fed up with a specific kind of conversation that is happening with my group. Do you have an item that can deduce the nature of a soul inside a coin without expelling a charge?
What an interesting prospect. I believe that such a thing could be made, but... honestly, it's so simple to find out the answer just by using a charge. Most people just do that.
Yes, I understand, but pretend that doesn't exist. What kind of item are we talking about? How long would it take?
Some sort of divination magic. I could potentially work up such a thing.
Do.
It is difficult to put it... I see. Very well. Crafting an item of this nature might take time and also money.
Yes, I imagine there's going to be a sizable credit, and we can negotiate based on how much we have.
2-3 weeks to craft that, just so you know.
How much time are we talking?
2-3 weeks.
Dear.
Ugh.
we have days until Elturel's in the
You have nothing available in your stock.
As far as I know, nothing, no device exists. However, there are, of course, divination magics. Ask any question of various sources, be they divine or otherwise.
So you
might
sell
find-
spells that might be applicable.
Yes.
Please create the list, and we might include that as part of our credit. Thank you. I appreciate that. And now, is there a spot in the shop where I can be undisturbed for a moment?
She motions to a corner.
Eastland is going to go to the corner. Sean, if I reach out to somebody in particular, I think you know who, would that constitute a spell? Or is that
depends on the nature of your reaching out. If you're asking for a particular question that is casting a spell, I don't believe you actually have that spell to cast.
No,
But if you're
she's
just
looking
trying
to
see
speak
whether-
with somebody who she is connected to.
Gotcha. So, she motions to the corner,
Do we
and
all
you
need
go
to
to
take
sit
our
there.
headphones off?
She makes a
Maybe.
motion. She makes a motion, and you see a brief shimmer appear in this corner. And you reach out, you touch it, and your hand passes through a illusionary wall. And you go in and you see that there is still a corner there. You just now can sit in it without anybody seeing that you're there.
If Sean, I'm going to send you a private message, and I just want to make sure that what I'm doing is not casting a spell.
Gotcha.
I'm watching
Here
both.
we are.
I'm watching both Silas and Persephone be like,
There is no guarantee, as far as you know. You've never done this before. You don't know if it will work. You have occasionally felt something there, perhaps watching you, and you did hear one word. You don't know if there is going to be any response.
Is she confident it would be? It would not be a spell if she tries.
As far as you have no idea. It's you're just speaking the words, or just speaking. There's no magic. There's no focus or anything like that. It's just basically just talking and hoping that somebody's listening.
Okay. All right. Then she's going to stand in the corner, and she's going to say, "I know you've been watching. I hope you also know that I'm well ahead of my contract. If you've been watching as intently as I think you have, you've seen the people I travel with. I think it is in your best interest to ally with them." And she'll pause for a moment, and she doesn't, just to wait for a response.
It would be extremely dangerous for me to go against my liege lord and ally with those who are clearly her enemy.
I know what you desire. We can help.
I will be watching to see the proof of that statement.
Of course, my lord. And then she leaves the corner.
The celestial must die.
As you step out of the corner.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. And around that time, the rest of you enter. Except Persephone, who went to go look for Lulu.
Yes.
So we will deal with the rest of you before we deal with that. So, Agamemnon sees you, she bows to you, Typhon, and gestures you over to her desk, upon which she has placed 3 items.
Ooh.
That is a very interesting find. It is quite powerful. And I have been instructed by my employer to offer in exchange one of the following items. This. And she places in front of you a small figurine made of bronze. It appears to be in the shape of a griffin. It's a figurine of wondrous power. This. She puts it in your... it puts down a small blue box, and she opens it, revealing a gold ring, and on the surface a highly polished mirror, surrounded by very elaborate golden frame. This is a ring of spell turning. Or this. And she places a fairly simple but well-made helm, upon which are numerous gems. It is a helm of brilliance. While you are pondering that, we will deal with Persephone. Persephone, how do you wish to look for Lulu?
Well, I suppose I'll just make a lap. Looking for her at first, and calling out, but not like desperately.
Yeah, I'm walking with Persephone as well, so she's not by herself.
I guess I am as well then, am I not? I've gone with the others. I've gone with the others.
I mean,
so you see Persephone run off to look for Lulu, and Falkrunn, you go with her as well. The rest of you go to the magic shop with Typhon. Silas, where are you? Magic shop.
I've already been to the magic shop, so I suppose I'll trot behind Falkrunn, wondering why her helmet seems to be jiggling loose on her head.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Make a perception check. Persephone. Wow. What'd you roll?
20, critical 20, so 25.
So as you step out into the bazaar, looking around, the first thing you think is, I'm never going to find her in all of this. But you do a quick glance around, and something gold flashes in the side of your eye, and you look, and there is a red and white striped tent, standing in front of which is a woman with very tan skin and dark brown hair with golden highlights, wearing simple clothing. She's got bare feet. Looks to be from Calimsham. And she catches your eye and goes,
I can't see her.
I look where the woman is gesturing.
and you see inside her tent is a large chair, several basins, and over in the corner underneath several towels that have been discarded over there, you see just the hint of golden fur.
And I walk over and say, Lulu, you found me. Right away.
I thought this was a really good place to hide.
Why do you think you need to hide?
Because I'm so quiet.
And she just comes up and just buries her face in your shoulder and just starts to cry.
You weren't the only one who was compelled to spend a soul coin today.
Oh, it's so bad. I could have rescued. It was a very bad thing to do.
It wasn't a bad thing to do. It was a hard choice you had to make. I had to make one too today, the exact same. We're in hell. We can't have nice choices. They don't exist down here. Just have to do our best.
She's right. You hear a voice behind you.
Who are you?
My name is Bernie.
No.
This is my shop. I cut hair. I cut your friend's hair here.
And Falkrunn removes her helm so that everyone can see.
She looks great.
Well, to be honest, it's about the simplest thing a barber can do, but thank you. Yeah. Would you like a haircut, dear?
Oh, no. Thank you.
They might take a little bit of time in the shop. Trust me, Persephone. Silas, she's good.
You know, I feel that I should believe that but I've had to spend enough today, and I just can't wrap my mind around taking any more chances.
Brave charge.
What do you do with the hair?
Oh, well, I can arrange for it to be destroyed if that's what you want. A wise precaution.
I look at Falkrunn kind of inquisitively, kind of like, are you sure?
Falkrunn, like, just
Just to trim.
Very well. Have a seat. And she...
DM.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped Persephone. Falkrunn. Is your opinion of this stylist like that of Father Corcoran? Or like that of our friend Islin?
Oh. She is... I find in her a kindness that I wouldn't have expected in Avernus.
Can I make an insight check just to see if I feel the same way?
Sure.
And
It comes down to your trust of Falkrunn. There doesn't appear to be anything to suggest that she's anything other than a simple barber.
My friends, I would ask that you would see yourselves as if it was me cutting your hair.
Just taller. She winks.
Silas, I might only be alive for a few more days. Gotta live for a second.
Might only be a second.
We'll find out quickly, won't we?
Yes, I will. And DM. Divine Sense.
You sense...
A spell.
Not a spell.
Oh, okay. Good.
What?
Everybody like had a heart attack for a moment.
What you doing?
You sense... let's see here.
Take a moment.
Quite a few fiends nearby.
I'm only worried about the smell right in front of me.
Smell right in front of you? Nothing.
Not Falkrunn.
You smell, you get a sense that, of course, you're in the presence of Lulu, the celestial being. But other than that, nothing.
I see
I
Silas.
lower my hand.
I see Silas doing his. There's a reason why Lulu chose to hide here.
I lower my hand and kind of give a small pat to Persephone, like, yep.
Right. So
I would not dare to push her, but kind of.
So you sit down in her chair and she begins to cut your hair. And once again, the simple, calming chatter takes you from this place for a split second and reminds you of just a normal day in one of your favorite corners of one of your favorite cities. Nothing particularly glamorous or special, just a few hours to get a good cup of coffee, maybe read a book while you're waiting for your turn in the chair, and then a simple haircut. But as she's finishing, she says, I can't help but overhear that you're having difficulty with the soul coins?
We just don't enjoy spending them. Sometimes we must.
I understand. I try to destroy everyone I come across, personally.
Releasing it?
Holding one even for a second is forcing whoever is inside to endure another second of horrendous pain. I certainly hope nobody you care for is undergoing such pain on a second-by-second basis.
That, like, she cannot help a flash of, like, barf face go over.
Is that a private conversation, or can Falkrunn and Silas also hear that?
She didn't do it by private. I mean, it depends on whether or not you were present for the whole time.
I'm taking my eyes off of Falkrunn's neck, or Persephone's neck while she's in a barber's chair.
Is Falkrunn aware of the armor that they need to pick up from the shop, or was
I would say that certainly would have said that. Yeah.
Okay, they would have. Okay, so then as soon as Persephone starts getting her haircut, Falkrunn's going to look at Silas and then be like, "I'm going to go pick up."
All right, so you go get your purchases.
Yes.
I'll do an insight at that last statement about breaking soul coins or whatever. Can I tell if she's telling the truth?
Sure.
A 10, of all things.
A roll of a 10. She's very difficult to read. She seems... You haven't actually ever seen her really smile or frown. Just a very calm, serene face.
I'll have a question or two at the conclusion.
Very well.
DM.
But she says that as she's finishing up, and she says, it can be difficult to let go of those we love.
I don't think we're quite there yet.
And at that, you do see a little sadness.
Bernie, was it?
Yes, Bernie the barber. And there you are, your haircut free of charge, as promised.
Bernie,
Persephone gives her a gold coin anyway.
Thank you for your generosity. It is very appreciated.
I have 2 questions, Bernie.
Then I hope I have 2 answers.
I sincerely hope that I do not offend you. Are you a
Guess
living
we'll find
creature?
out. Yes,
You are?
I am a living creature.
How do you stay neutral here? In this place? To balance such a scale?
It has been my experience that there is really no such thing as neutrality. Not really. Eventually, everyone comes across a question that they have to choose black or white on, even if it's only once in their life.
Why are you here?
I'm here to cut hair.
I will respect your answer. As I have said, I do not wish to offend you.
Not everything you find in Avernus is as it seems. And for those that have that anonymity, it might be their most precious possession.
Thank you.
All right. And away you walk. Typhon, have you made your decision?
Oh, it's hard.
A direct trade. So this is you are giving the intellector in exchange for one of these items.
I know.
What are the pros and cons, buddy? What
Pros-
do we deal with?
We're here
Pros-
haggling over like souls, and Typhon's
Hey,
like,
pros. All right. There's one item that is by far better than the rest. Unfortunately, it for Typhon at least, it has like it's not. He'd have to give it to someone else because it doesn't really matter for him that much.
What is
Most
it?
Beneficial property. The ring of the ring of the spell reflection is probably the best. I mean, the Helm of Brilliance is like a grenade because anytime you get hit by fire damage, if you roll a natural 1, it explodes and hits everything around you with radiant
Okay, so
damage
probably not
a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
But that's really powerful otherwise.
Yeah.
Sure, just a 1 in 20. We play this game enough to know how often the 1 in 20 comes.
And it's fire damage.
Does anyone remember my deception roll? This
And it's also limited. You know, it's like it's got charges and then it's done. The figurine is cool, but I think it's quite limited as it's, well, I mean, it's the summon is going to be outscaled quickly in where we are right now. Maybe, I don't know, but it's cool. But the ring, if you roll a natural 20 on your save against a single spell, it is reflected back at the caster.
Barter for the ring and the...
It also gives you advantage on all saves against spells targeted specifically at you.
Yeah. Which is a little tough. It's because it's just only it's only the single target ones. I'm completely lost in this, guys. I'm like went complete meta, like put on my power gamer hat, and I have no
totally.
idea
I think we need to for something this serious.
What to choose, because
the helmet
I almost feel like the intellector is potentially even a better thing, even though they can't increase intelligence anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling with this one.
The helmet I think is a pretty easy out, just based on the liability of explosion-y type deadliness. I don't know how anyone else feels, but between the other ones, if you don't think that the Griffin will scale efficiently, that ring does sound really badass.
I mean, keep in mind that even if the Griffin is killed, it can be resummoned.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a flying mount.
That's the other thing. How large is a Griffin? Because if it can carry at least 2 to 3 of us, then suddenly getting across the river Styx is less of a issue, and we don't have to be drinking from the river anymore.
Yeah.
Can you try to barter for 2? I mean, with the logic that you are saying right now that the why do I want to say beholder? Flare is the flare is worth more than any of those one things.
Well, that, or can't we just say, okay, you get the flare, and also we'll use this much of the credit to get both the Griffin and the ring?
Well, that can be step 2 of the bartering.
The mount is a good point about that.
Yeah,
Do they not have any other items then at all? Where's that? Just the 3. There's no other magical.
This is the total of what they have. For a direct trade with the Intellector, you can get the Figurine of Wondrous Power Griffin, Ring of Spell Turning, the Helm of Brilliance. Also for sale, one other thing, Ring of Evasion, Spider Staff, Staff of Striking, Circlet of Blasting, Circlet of Human Perfection, and there are also some potions that she's waiting to offer until after you've made your other choices.
Well, Jax would like that Ring of Evasion.
That's really good for any character.
Doubling up with that on a rogue is even better.
Don't know that you can get evasion more than once.
It's not. It doesn't give him the evasion.
It doesn't give me
feature.
evasion twice, but
it just allows you to succeed on a dex saving throw.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I can spend points to automatically succeed.
Right.
But then
the Ring of Evasion is 50,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Do you guys have thoughts, my friends?
You're very close to ending here, so if you wish to take the week to ponder,
that's probably a good idea. We can have chats.
Is a good idea.
I definitely think the Griffin statue, just to have a flying mount that we can summon again and again.
Right.
That's pretty slick.
I'll go ahead and say also a potion of longevity, potion of speed, and a superior healing potion will be thrown in. One of these will be thrown in gratis.
Gotcha.
If you purchase above a certain amount, which it sounds like you're going to.
All right.
That sounds good. Sleep on it.
We'll ponder.
Yeah, right?
Keep it in your shopping cart. See if you still want it tomorrow.
I think we should get that. I think we should get that Staff of Striking too for the trade for the Bag of Devouring, because if we can transfer it as a +3 weapon that can expend charges to deal an extra d6 like that.
Yeah, that would be slick as hell.
Who would use it?
Super good. So. Indeed.
All right. Well, offline about all of this.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for this thrilling episode of shopping at the Wandering Emporium. We have held off on all of the shopping because, really, there's not much to do in Avernus, so we had to get it all done at once, I'm afraid.
Treat yourself, descent into Avernus!
Wait, what number day is this? Like, how many games have we played of this campaign?
This is our 34th session.
And this is the first time we've shopped, so we earned a whole episode.
There was some good role-play in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you once again for joining us all.